everyone, and welcome to the Wheel and Chill Show.
So funny, I was like super empowered. I don't think I could sleep.
Still follows the same rules, has the same characters and all that stuff,
Yes.
but it just tweaks it a little bit.
You're reading fantasy, and it's so grounded. It's so completely grounded in reality.
Rule clarification, if we both get it wrong, do we get bonus points?
Soldier Simmons, it is my pleasure to now pin you, raising you from the rank of soldier to dedicated.
That didn't happen in the books, but it was awesome.
I nailed it.
I nailed that.
I nailed it. Let me bring you comfort about Egwene. I know you haven't seen her in a month, but let me tell you this story about how badass she is right now.
That fight scene, my boy went through 5 daggers.
Everybody's flower is different. I think we learned that in the books. This is I think for me, top 5 moments ever on screen.
When I read it, I felt empowered. I felt called to action.
One of the best quotes in the whole series is when Gaul says, "Do you like to dance, Baron Abara?"
The Knights Who Say Chill.
AKA the band of really, really nice good guys.
Let a couple more drink on.
You're saying everywhere.
I am.
Do you have a chaser should you need it?
Can I have a little bit of mine too?
Oh, no.
Yo, this is good.
Young people do like this now or something instead of this.
Oh, it's like this.
It's the heart emoji.
Don't jiggle, jiggle.
It folds. I like the way you wiggle, wiggle.
You
Oh,
wiggle.
show. We're going to review the entirety of season 1 of the Wheel of Time, the whole thing. The finale of Rings of Power. Welcome to the Wheel and Chill Show. Hello. Welcome to the Wheel and Chill Show. Sounds like you guys are having fun without me over here.
Oh no, you were there.
Oh, I was talking.
You were definitely involved.
You were involved.
Okay, amazing. So good to hear. Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Wheel and Chill Show. We just viewed last week the penultimate episode of the Wheel of Time Season 2. That's episode 7. It's a sad time that the season has almost come to a close, but we have episode 7 to talk about tonight, and next week we'll be able to talk about the finale. So, mind blown. Let's not think about the longing now. We'll think about it when it hits. And in the meantime, we're going to talk about this episode. So, as we always do on the Wheel and Chill Show, we're going to briefly introduce ourselves, and then we'll get right into the substance of the episode. So, Tavern, I'm going to ask you to introduce yourself first, but also welcome to everyone in the chat. I see you all here. I appreciate you. At the end of the show-only segment, which will be the first hour where we don't do any book spoilers, I will do a single sticker giveaway, and at the end of the full book spoiler segment, I will give away another sticker. So something to look forward to. And, an incentive to hang out with us. Not that you need one, okay? So, Tavern, Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey everybody, I am Tavern. I do merch. I've got a store on Redbubble, one on TeePublic, and another one on Zazzle. Zazzle's where you're going to find all of the show merch and anything that we do on the show, like the Knights Who Say Chill. And then we also have a Jessica Squid Eye section there. So if you want to be part of the Squee Squad, that's where you get that stuff. Aside from that, I attempt to do TikToks on occasion. And on a side note, I like the color blurple.
Amazing.
Blurple.
Super fun.
Blurple.
Super fun fact. Thank you, Tavern. Wine Spring, why don't you go ahead?
That's me. I'm Wine Spring Cafe. You can find me on X at Wine Spring Cafe, where I have my hashtag What Eats, where you can find these recipe cards I've been putting out that are based on food that you can see in the Wheel of Time. And tonight I'm enjoying, what was this? Valma's Market Street Donuts with pear caramel glaze. Delicious.
Amazing.
And a little bit of that special tea that Ishi gave Matt. So hopefully I don't go a little crazy during the episode today. So just let me know if I need to chill out. So yeah, Wine Spring Cafe, hashtag What Eats.
Hashtag What Eats. Amazing. Try out the recipes. tweet the photos with the hashtag. That's the way it goes. You may have noticed that we have a returning guest this week. Show only Meredith, a good friend of mine, is back to talk about episode 7. And we've got some love for Meredith already in the chat. The people, they're excited that you're here. So Meredith, is there anything you want to say to start out any fun facts about you, that we don't know, that we should know, or just like, you could also just give us your general vibe from the episode too.
Hi everyone, I'm Meredith, like Kritter said. I'm very excited to be back. I had a lot of fun last time. It was my first ever live stream last time, and I was pretty nervous about it, but I think it was a lot of fun, so here I am again.
You were awesome, yeah.
Crushed. Okay, well, we're happy to have you here. Thank you for joining, and hopefully we're going to get some of our show-only people back next week for the finale, including Meredith, so something to look forward to there as well. So let's start out this Wheel and Chill episode with general, let's say, what do we think? Maybe our favorite part of the episode. How's that sound? How do we all feel about doing that?
Do it.
Okay. Our favorite part of the episode. Tavern, do you have yours? You seem pretty ready.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hands down. I tweeted about it. And basically the conversation between Moiraine and Land, where she was, I don't know what you think you'll get out of this, and he said, everything we've lost.
Yeah.
Where he's still part of the team and she's not. So that was probably my favorite scene.
Okay. I love that.
That's good stuff.
Winespring, do you know yours?
Okay, so I have two because, you put me on the spot, so I can't decide. So I'm going to have to do two. Okay, so the first one is Egwene. I think it's towards the end. You see her, she's real focused and she's braiding her hair, reminding herself that she is not alone. That was such a beautiful, women's circle, callback.
Okay.
And then the other one happens after Matt drinks the tea.
Yeah.
And then the scene switches to Aviendha. And she's standing over the grave. I mean, they walk to the grave. She's standing over the grave. And she says, life is a dream from which we can almost wake before we can dream again. And I love how that was one of the first lines after seeing Matt's experience with the tea. Where he is dreaming and being kind of crushed a little bit, and he needs to wake up and dream again and not give in to this idea of breaking the wheel. So those two scenes, with Aviendha and Matt, I just loved it.
Okay, nice little pairing. Meredith, what was your favorite scene?
It's a little more basic. I thought that last scene was just kind of mind-blowing and fun, and I love, because I really like Lanfear. I know that we're not.
We all really like Lanfear.
Everybody loves Lanfear.
Anytime she's on the screen, she's my favorite. She's just I just like her. I don't know this actress. I'm not familiar with her, but I just anytime she's in a scene, I really enjoy it. And so the end with so many great characters and her, and I was just it just wasn't what I was expecting. Seeing them all walk through together just kind of made me really excited for the next episode. And so it was the perfect ending to a penultimate episode, I thought.
Okay. Yeah. I love that.
It was not a basic scene. That was an amazing scene.
That was a sick scene.
Yeah, that was probably
it's a choice because it was such a amazing scene.
I see. Okay. So for me, I think mine was just because of something that I've been looking forward to for the whole time that I knew the show was coming out, and it was the Rand and Lan mentorship, and Lan finally kind of stepping up and talking about Cat crosses the courtyard with Rand and giving him the advice about being a man, whatever comes, face it on your feet, all of that stuff. I found it to be touching. I found it to be a massive relief because I felt like that was book Lan. It was really book Lan when for part of the season I didn't quite recognize the Lan that I was seeing on the screen. This, though, felt so right to me. So even though they were really fun, obviously Egwene telling Rhaena she was going to kill her was just hell yes. And Lanfear blowing up the Foregate was hilarious. But
oh my God,
this was just it was really heartwarming. And it's just, if I get something that's insanely book accurate, that is something that I was attached to from the books, it's always going to be my favorite scene. So that's where I landed personally. So no surprise here. Tavern's favorite scene was involved Lan, but mine did too this time. So look at us,
Yeah.
look at us being on the same page. I also forgot to mention this, but in the chat, if you have questions for show only Meredith is not familiar with the books. Feel free to ask them, and if I like them, I will ask her. Or if Winespringer Tavern sees them and also likes them, they can ask her too. So just know that. Nick Nope saying Daniel Henney is so good, Lan is amazing. Yeah. So true, absolutely true.
All of that is correct.
All of it is correct. It's so correct.
Perfect casting.
Okay, so I guess let's kind of start from the beginning that I recall being the beginning, because we only have Meredith for an hour, so we should maybe like go in order.
Gotcha.
How did you feel, Meredith, about the cold open, which had the prophecy, you know, that the Moraine and Swan were young and in love, and then they witness this prophecy, and it's like cut between them and the Aiel giving birth in the snow. Like, did this land for you? Did you have any favorite moments, or was it confusing? You know, what was the vibe?
I didn't find it confusing. I really enjoyed it. I mean, it makes everything that happens afterwards sad, you know, like, I don't think I realized like that they are that like all of the, you know, they're all 20 years old now. And so, you know, the 20 years earlier is supposed to cue you to Rand's birth. Like, I wasn't putting that together until the part where she's actually like giving, like when you see his mom.
Yeah.
So at first I was a little bit confused because I was like, wow, they seem so optimistic about the future. That's so not how they are. And so that was before the dragon reborn, and the fact that they were the two to like carry this burden, because I had no idea about that. And so it offered an interesting explanation to like why they're kind of working in secret and why they went this route with despite like their relationship. But it was like a little odd to me. Like, I had more questions about like, like, I didn't know who that woman was who was like connecting to Rand's mom, and how that happened and why she like, it caused her death. Like, maybe she had been watching for the Dragon Reborn this whole time, and that was like her whole purpose. Yeah. And so she like served out that purpose. But yeah, so I thought it was a really cool open. And yeah, I think it answered some like kind of in the back of my mind questions about like, how did these two women like get the roles that they now have.
Mm-hmm. It's a really cool open, as the cold open. Everybody else pick that up? Hey! Okay, I'm sorry. My apologies. Wow. We can move on.
It's a trophy for Kritter.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, I liked it. Obviously, like the Aiel fighting in the snow, cold open from season 1 was my favorite scene in season 1. So getting it, like getting the call back, I was happy with it. Like, I saw some people being like, "Oh, it didn't land," and I was like, "How?" Because if we saw Aiel on the screen, which is Rand's mom, like,
yeah,
what's not gonna land about that, guys?
Right.
I don't know.
Not to mention, you see the Moraine that Alana alluded to land.
Happy-go-lucky.
You know, I wish you could have known her 20 years ago. What happened 20 years ago?
No.
I don't know. She changed, and now we know what happened. Right?
Yeah.
The burden of the world landed on her damn shoulders.
So with that Katara scene, she's talking about how she can like feel the Dragon Reborn, and then they jump to Aiel and she's in pain. Do you think Katara was feeling the pain at all physically?
She might have been feeling what the baby was feeling.
Because she did say he burns. Like, yeah. Right. It could be.
Yeah.
It's true. That's true.
So if she's having a
contraction, and also it looks like
she might be contracted. You see what I'm saying?
I mean, because she like fell into the ground. I mean, she looked like she was not feeling great.
No.
And then they made it look like they died at the same moment.
Yeah, that was interesting. It was cool editing, I thought.
Yeah.
So after that, we cut to like the Swan and Moraine scene, and then the Rand and Lan scene. And Meredith, if I'm remembering right, your favorite character the last time we talked was Lan. Is that right? Yes. Okay. So how did you feel about Lan in this episode?
At first I just wasn't really sure what he was getting at, like why he, like I mean, yeah, I don't know. I wasn't following his plan.
Okay.
But I feel like he has the best intentions, and the reasons that I like him are because, well, he's just a badass, number one, and number two, he's very loyal, and
True.
He just really cares about Moraine and his role, and I think he's so cool, and so I knew that everything he does is like to help her, but I was kind of curious if he's like throwing Rand under the bus to do so, but that wasn't what ended up happening. But so it took me a while to figure out what he was trying to do, and I didn't catch that about like you said, one of your favorite moments was him and Rand, like that mentorship moment. Like I didn't realize that that's the role he's supposed to play for Rand. So like I didn't pay super close attention to that, but like now that you mention it, like that was a nice moment, and I'm like looking forward to seeing how that develops.
Yeah, I hope it develops good. So like whenever he was talking to Moraine and he asked her if she had ever thought about ending it, and then he was like, that's what I thought, when she said no, were you like, did that like give you any sort of a hint at all about what path he was on?
It made me think about, I mean, I feel like I've talked about this with you, or I've seen you talk about it, like the fact that maybe she wasn't still.
Oh yeah, I talked about that on my TikTok incessantly.
Yeah,
so
I think so. Like
saw that.
Yeah, I think that's what I saw, and so that recalled that for me. But I don't. I don't know if I would have like necessarily picked up on. Like, was he doing research in the background? Do we see him?
That's the question.
They allude to it. Yeah,
I mean,
they're definitely alluding to the fact that he was studying. Yeah.
Yeah.
I brought this up in conversation with somebody. I think it was yesterday, actually. The fact that Lan is a warder, right? And so his job is to protect his Aes Sedai. And part of that, or of any good warrior, is studying, the enemy, regardless of what enemy it was, with ancient enemy, new enemy, whatever. You study that stuff so that you know how to counteract it. So him having knowledge of the Forsaken from the Age of Legends and things they could do that maybe have forgotten just might be a thing. He's also, was raised by Malkieri on the borderland that might have told him stories of different things. My biggest thing from the suicide question to take away was the fact that she never once thought about killing herself. But like I said in previous shows, he never thought about killing himself either. And they were all focused on whether Lan was going to kill himself. Right?
Because their bond had been set. Like, they thought maybe their bond had been severed, which is a traumatic experience for a warrior.
If one isn't trying to kill themselves and the other one's not trying to kill themselves, it was our clue that she was shielded.
Yeah, I think that is it is an interesting choice for them to not show us his level of research. I guess him visiting Loghain was the extent of what we got to see about him, going on a fact-finding mission, but maybe some time in the library, maybe a little conversation with Varen might have been helpful for some people to be like, how did he know this when channelers didn't know this, But tying off weaves was, if I recall, like a bit of a lost art. At least, we lost White Drink for a second. We'll get her back. At the beginning of the books, and so like it makes sense that not all of them would know about it, basically, is what I'm trying to say.
Right. No, yeah, it was weird. I mean,
a little weird.
I'm trying to justify it in some way, but it totally was weird. And there was like okay, what time did he have to study? Was it when they were at Varen's?
Yeah.
When they were, so it's kind of a toss-up.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so we got to move on from this. We got to keep the thing going at a reasonable clip. So let's see.
Nerdy book land is not a land that I knew I needed before now.
Yeah.
You need land every time. Yeah. Every time.
So we got the Rand and Lan mentorship, which led straight into the Rand and Swan conversation, where Swan informed Rand that their mandate essentially was to cage him and just roll him out for the last battle, like, a battering ram or whatever, like just a tool, not a leader. Were you surprised by this, Meredith?
Yeah, I was not expecting that. Because also
We were all surprised.
You were. Wait,
yeah.
what?
Yeah, we were all surprised.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Well, because that wasn't the original plan, and I guess that was the backup plan. So it makes sense. Like now it makes sense like why they were trying to keep it a secret, that they were actually trying to like find him to train him or
because it was against the
go
law.
a different path. Yeah. And so like hearing that, it was like, okay, I get why that wasn't the original path like that they chose. But yeah, I was not expecting that. Because she seemed pretty. She was very disappointed that he hadn't learned like anything. And so I'm curious how the battery powered Rand, like how that would even work. Like would they just use him for
the battery
battery
like,
yeah
I
like
got
a battering ram, like using him for his power. So do you think her stance, by the end of this, like trying to stop them, was reasonable?
I think it was a bad idea.
Same. I don't like capturing people. Like I don't think that's like the right thing.
Yeah, and I think she just gave up too soon and like kind of marched in there and was like, I am in charge. So we're gonna do this my way now. Which I think it's just never the right call usually. If like you haven't been there this whole time and you're only hearing about certain things that have happened secondhand and you're giving Rand like 10 minutes of your time to then decide this is the path that you're going to take. So I just, it felt like a bad idea from the start. It was really sad. Yeah.
It was
their
so
fallout.
Sad. The end. I will say I have to like give credit where credit's due. Last stream, I believe it was, Tavern essentially verbally wrote a dissertation about how the White Tower and the Shan are super similar, and I wasn't buying it. And now I kind of am, because they were literally going to try and cage him.
And isn't that what who tries to make that comparison? Is it like earlier in the show? Is it Rena or is it?
No, sort of.
Somebody criticizes them like your whole.
It is Rena. It's Rena talking to Egwene, explaining about what.
She's like, what did you do? You were a novice. You cleaned. You did this. Like she was trying to draw the comparison. Yeah. Obviously, they don't treat them like dogs in the White Tower in the same way. That
Speaking of that scene, one of Winespring's favorite lines from that scene is pretty much played out in the show in this last episode, where it says no woman can be free with a collar around her neck. Is truly free with a collar around her neck, which is basically Rand can't be free caged either. So it was very, very similar, very balanced.
Winespring,
so I kind of dropped off, so I don't know if you hit it yet.
Okay.
But the moment where Swan uses the oath to manipulate.
Oh, we haven't gotten to that.
We haven't, but go off.
Okay,
we can talk about it.
That made me think of the Sanchan. Like, she might as well have been collared by Swan.
Yeah.
She had no choice in what she was doing. She had to channel the way she was told. And it was completely disgusting the way that her like autonomy was completely removed.
Yeah.
And then to see Swan being all like sad about it was kind of gross.
Winespring is like, F Swan. I actually, in my reaction, I was the same way. I was like, we're breaking up. Like, F you. If you're going to like.
Where's Tom? He get his mustache ready, y'all.
Winespring.
Moraine's face was like perfect in that scene. Like just the betrayal that she felt.
We'll just move past that.
Please, let's move on. I agree. I think that scene was spectacularly acted. Like we went from Rosamund Pike as Moraine being elated. Well, not even just that. Like first it was in disbelief, and then it was hope, and then it was elation, and then it was betrayal. All in like 3 minutes. You know what I mean? Like absolutely masterfully done, I think. And her paired with Sophie Okonedo, who went from just like sheer determination, but then also like you could kind of tell that she felt a little guilty. And then in the end, she was so defeated, and like bleeding and crying and all of that stuff. It was just, man, that like you picked a good scene for your favorite scene, Meredith. That was intense. Like it was really good.
Yeah. That was ugly.
I saw people on X. They were discussing how possibly that Moraine and Swan had actually kind of collaborated and planned out that moment. between themselves, assuming that Lanfear or spies would be around watching what was happening. So I was thinking, okay, so
like similar to the like banishment scene. Like,
Yeah.
But that was like a
Yeah.
public display. This was, nobody else was around. She could have just stayed in her normal.
I agree.
She was
I agree with
hurting.
Meredith. I agree with Meredith.
Yeah, she was hurting when
we'll see you guys.
Are you
when
on?
she was compulsing Moraine.
Are you on Team
Yeah.
Collusion, Winespring?
I actually found it really
Oh.
compelling because how did she find the Waygate? She didn't have the Ogier map. Like, how did she get there so quickly?
Swan?
How did she know how did she know where they were? Just in time? Unless she was told where to go somehow? Like, I don't know how much
there
time
is okay. So
happens, like
there
who
may
did she find
be.
and-
I guess Varen might have known. So if she directly asked Varen, she would have had to tell her. But there's also a concept in the books that's not, as far as we know in the show, that if you have like channeled on someone, you can kind of like sense their presence.
Sense them.
So
Ooh.
that could be
Okay.
So
I didn't think
you know,
about that.
if I'm like trying to explain how Swan found them so easily without a tower, like a map of the city, that would be the explanation that would come to mind. But yeah,
I will say that they finally got me with a jump scare, like really got me. Not the
with Swan coming in and
no, not even that one. It was when Lanfear came in.
Oh, okay.
That came out of nowhere. It was just like bam, and I was like, Jesus.
Oh yeah.
That's how I was when Swan showed up. I thought it was Lanfear, and I was like, "Oh shit!" And then I was like, "It's Lanfear," and then I was like, "Oh, never mind, it's Swan." Just kidding. Just kidding. Whatever. Okay, actually, I've got a question from the chat to prove to you all that I do read the chat, and there are.
I've been looking.
Dana Luhu asks, "Does Meredith think that Moraine might be a dark friend because she went through the Waygate with Lanfear?"
I don't think there's any chance Moraine's a dark friend.
No, but does Swan think?
No.
Oh, I thought.
Wait, is that the question? I thought it was for Meredith. Does
I thought
Meredith
you said does Swan think? Oh, never mind.
No, does Meredith think that Moraine's a dark friend?
Oh, okay.
No, I don't. I feel like Moraine has a very clear moral compass with the show. So yeah, that didn't cross my mind, but I did feel like many things at that moment when they were all going there together. Like, I was wondering if it was planned.
Oh, really? Okay, so that was something but you dismissed the thought.
Yeah, well, I didn't think that she was a dark friend, but in the way that Rand has been kind of, I think Rand has been trying to manipulate Lanfear, but to us it looks like he might be working with her. Like, I think, like, I don't know if we're supposed to know exactly what Rand's plan is with Lanfear, but
yeah,
like, to me, like, everything unfolding at the end, like with him calling to Lanfear in his sleep, I assumed that was part of the plan for getting him out, like that was supposed to be a distraction. And
well, he
like,
said it.
Yeah.
He said,
but then
there's one person I can go to for help or whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
I think Varen surprised them when she came in. I think he was expecting a full-on rescue from Lanfear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. See, I guess I thought that the Lanfear was just for a distraction and not like to be fully rescued by her. And so then when she comes in and she's the one to break open the portal, and they all go in together, I was like there was a moment where I was like, what is their plan with Lanfear? How did they, did they talk about this before?
I mean, Lan followed immediately without even seeing what Moraine was going to do. It was alarming. Like, it looked like there was a plan that had been put in place.
But I didn't think of that as a dark friend. More just like we're trying something new here because it didn't work last time,
Yeah. It did, so I saw this on Twitter and it really cracked me up. Rand getting into the world of dreams and asking Lanfear to come was essentially like a kid calling his mom, being like, "Mom, can you come pick me up from school?" Like, he's literally just like, "I need you, Mom." Yeah, so it's just like, it does feel like he's using Lanfear when he needs her, essentially, which is what she's doing to him, kind of, or like in certain ways. So yeah, it's the way that this comes to a head in the end, with Moraine having slit Lanfear's throat like 3 episodes earlier, and them being in a Waygate together. I don't know. It's gonna be hilarious. Okay, so a lot of people in the chat think the Tavern actually asked a good question, which is, do we think Swan thinks that Moraine's a dark friend now? I don't think so. I think they know each other at least that well.
Well, here's the thing, though. Swan complained that Moraine hadn't told her that she had been stilled for 6 months. So she was pissed about that, and that Moraine didn't stick to her side of the plan. But then, so basically was lying to Swan that everything was fine. But at the same time, Swan was lying to Moraine that the plan that they had enacted so long ago was still in place, right? I think once she became Amerlin, she saw what the Tower's role was truly supposed to be, and she changed what she was going to do well before this scene that we saw.
I mean, she did accuse Moraine openly of lying to her. Like, you lied to me about being stilled, which, coming from an Aes Sedai, could mean one of two things. Like, you literally lied to me, or you did the Aes Sedai thing where you made it really twisty and manipulated me, you know? So I don't think
would
that's...
she have been able to use the oath power to, compel her into closing the portal if she had broken her oaths and become a dark friend? Because
that was going to be my argument, Meredith, is that she wouldn't have been able to do that.
I think the oath rod is different from just casting. I think the oath rod is a completely different thing.
What Meredith is saying,
if you break all your oaths,
it would be it's a matter of timing, Meredith. So if she swore on the oath rod, like, okay, so this gets into one power mechanics. So it doesn't give anything away, but like, I just want you all to know how this works. Okay, so you know that the people of the Black Aja lie and they break the 3 oaths, right? We've seen that with Leandrid. The way they do that is they can unswear the oaths on the oath rod, and then, so that they still have some of the physical signs of being an Aes Sedai, they re-swear. I think they're called the Black Oaths. So, like, if Moraine could have broken Swan's command to close the Waygate if she had unsworn that oath after she swore it. So, like, she could have been a member of the Black Aja, and then taken that extra oath, and she would still be bound by that extra oath. Like, because until you unswear them on the oath rod, you have to keep all of those oaths. So I hope that wasn't too spoiler for you all. I didn't say why I know that. That's just how it goes. Yeah. Okay.
There's a good comment in the chat that says, Min said Swan would be her downfall. So Swan names her a dark friend. She appears to be working with a Forsaken.
Oh, I forgot that Min said that in season 1.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So, Lanfear's bow.
Whoa. Good job, Lanfear's bow. Was it Lanfear's bow? Well done.
Yeah, Lanfear's bow.
Wow.
Well done.
Very well done. Yeah.
Okay, so we've done a lot of Land, we've done a lot of Swan, a lot of Moraine. Let's talk about some other. Oh, also, in Wine Spring and Tavern, if you have questions, you're also welcome to ask Meredith. Anything. We're also saving a little bit of time for Meredith to ask us questions. If after we discuss the plot, like, she still has lingering thoughts and questions before the finale, which is.
I have a question.
Oh, do the thing.
What do you think is going through Nynaeve?
Oh my god. I think the collab cam connection just died. One moment. Hi everyone. Welcome back. That was so weird. Repeat what you just said, Tavern.
Especially.
Oh, I was gonna say, the chat didn't get it. My question was to Meredith, what does she think that Nynaeve is feeling every time Elayne kind of puts her foot down and kind of takes charge? Because she's got some facial expressions.
I cannot stand it, but I love it. Nynaeve. So I used to love Nynaeve. Like, I feel like she was one of my favorites by the end of last season. But she's been driving me crazy this season.
She's been driving me crazy.
Okay.
She's just like, I mean, I think Elayne captures it really well when she's like, okay, we tried your way. We're doing my way. Follow everything I say. And I just loved it. I feel like you kind of have to do that.
The look on her face was so good. Yeah, there it is right there. There's the look right there.
She's just a little, she's very, she has her way of how she wants to do things. And I think, you have to have a friend who's willing to stand up to you in order to do something else with her. And so I really like Elayne. I think I like that they're having a chance to work together
Yeah.
without Egwene there, but they both like clearly, care about Egwene. So
Yeah.
I'm loving their dynamic, and she
What's
wasn't happy about it, but I think
I will, without spoiling anything, I will say that this dynamic is incredibly book accurate, and it's not like it's just the way they like work together is comical. They definitely kind of butt heads at times because Nynaeve is used to being the leader and the wisdom, and everyone, she can browbeat people into doing what she wants for the most part, and Elayne is also used to being a leader and like knowing what's going on, and so the fact that it's delightful. I love it.
Somebody said it in chat, that line, your name sings in his ears. Okay, let's go.
Don't encourage her.
Don't encourage her. It's so good.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
So
okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, Winespring, you do the thing.
Okay, so it's not related to Elayne and Nynaeve though, so we ready to move?
No, we're not ready to move on, actually.
Okay,
I want to ask.
We'll
you'll go next.
Okay.
Meredith, do you think this plan, which is clear, what do you think their plan is, and do you think it will work?
There you go.
Yeah.
I was really wondering how they were going to go about trying to even get anywhere near Egwene, and I think this is a solid plan. I think, like, when they first pulled out the collar, I was worried that they were going to try to put it on each other. Like, one person was going to have to take it.
You don't know.
Yeah, so I was like, this is a bad idea.
Another sacrifice for the wheel.
I was like, don't do it. And so when they did it to, what is that type of person called? Not Demon.
The Soldam.
Soldam.
Yeah.
Soldam, yeah. I wasn't expecting it because I was like thinking they were going to be something stupid. And so I'm excited to see what happens. Like, I imagine it's not gonna, like, they all look, I don't know. I imagine that it's not gonna be simple. But I think it's like, I don't think I could have come up with this plan. Like, I think that's like probably the best plan that I would have imagined them coming up with. So I'm excited to see how it plays out.
Okay, respect for the heist plan. I love a good heist. Like, I don't know if you all are Rick and Morty fans, and obviously it's come under some problems, but before it did, the heist episode where it's like, you son of a bitch, I'm in. That's what I keep thinking of. So it's like Loyal comes up and they're like, Loyal, we've got to get Egwene out. You son of a bitch, I'm in. So anyways, yeah, I hope Loyal gets involved somehow. I don't know how he would, because again, the dynamic, how they can only approach the tower if they're like a Soldam. So I guess, speaking of Loyal, we just got him for like a tidbit here. Or actually, no, I'm not gonna do that. Winespring, you get to go next.
Yes.
Okay. So Meredith, what did you think about the scene where Aviendha is suddenly getting beaten up by two of her comrades?
Very good question.
With no explanation of what's happening.
Yeah, I was like, did I miss something? Because there was, I can't remember. Does anybody remember what the previous scene was? I was still thinking a little bit about the previous scene, and I remember being like, wait, what did I miss? Because I did not get why they were.
So I think Matt's drinking the tea, and that was happening right before this scene. Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe I was still reflecting on that scene when they started hitting her, and I was like, what did I miss here? But then I appreciated her explanation. That was.
Oh, really? Yeah. You appreciated it?
Well, I just understood it. I understood why they did it at that point.
Their cultural. Yeah. Okay.
I think,
what do you think about Perrin not jumping in and defending the person whose water he's, in ownership of?
His water he's
in ownership of. That's a good way to put it.
Thank you. I walked right to that.
I know the dog Hopper was not happy about it. I know dogs who also hate to see violence, so I was like feeling for him. But yeah, Perrin, I think, just kind of understood that this was like not his place to step in, because like I think it was clearly like there was something cultural happening. Like I don't think it was like she was in any real danger because they put their knives down. You know, they like it was pretty obvious that like they weren't going to try to kill her. So I think he realized like this is not his territory to step in, but he was probably like, what's going on here? Kind of like what I was thinking.
Okay, just for your own safety, Meredith, I would call Hopper the wolf.
Oh.
Or the good boy, because you said the dog.
What did I say? Dog?
Said dog.
And there, chat hiccuped a second.
Oh no!
No, they're fine.
Chat.
There was like one person who was like
the dog.
I love our chat.
And Davey Elmer, yes, as far as we can tell from what we've heard on the show, we do believe that the only way to get the collars off is says, do Kritter, Wine Spring, and Tavern believe that behind the scenes comments from Sharon Gillum that the collars can't be removed while the Dominé are still alive? That's what they've led us to believe on the show.
I feel like that's propaganda. I don't believe it.
I can't say, or I won't say either way, because I don't know what they're doing with it on the show.
You can predict. That's what this is all about, man.
Well, clearly, I'm assuming that they can, because Egwene isn't getting killed off in the second season. I would think.
I've seen someone propose, like, if they can temporarily take away her ability to channel or temporarily, like, stop her heart.
Yes, we talked about that.
Would, yeah, okay, we talked. So, like, that to me feels a little bit much. I think that they'll be able to get it off. I hope. But we'll see. Oh, yeah. Oh my God, I just thought of something. Okay. Assuming this plan works, right, and they make it into the tower, and they're gonna get Egwene out, which we don't know because the books are sometimes different than the show, so it's unpredictable. But like, what if they put a collar on a Soldom or the Soldom that they've already captured? They like torture her until she tells them how to remove it.
I mean,
that would be intense. But that would be a way to find it out. Also,
it would. You could definitely break through the propaganda, like you were saying.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I think that's what it is too. Like, I don't think it's legit. Like, they just want you to think you have to die so that you don't mess with it.
It's crazy because some of these Dominé have been wearing that collar for hundreds of years.
It's disgusting.
That's crazy.
It's wild. Wild. Mark Gibson votes propaganda.
Oh,
good.
I got a question.
Same.
So, the Soldom use the Adam to pull the power from the Dominé and or to lead, kind of like a link, right, or whatever, like they did at the end of season 1, where they all link together, and so the Soldom's the one that's whatever. Do they have any aging issues? I haven't heard anything about it on the show.
Oh.
Like they age more
like
slowly?
Aes Sedai used the power and their aging slows down considerably.
That would imply that the Soldom are using the power as well.
Well, through the magic item they are.
I guess they're being somewhat tapped in.
I mean, so they're kind of touching it at some point, right?
I wasn't sure if they had no power. Like, I guess just the way you're talking about it, maybe they don't without the Dominé, but I guess I was curious how they got picked as Soldom without any, if they don't have any channeling capability.
No, I think they did say it on the show that they trained for years to be able to. Now, how they train that, they haven't said.
If you had to predict with the trying not to be influenced by what we have said or not said,
right,
would you say that would you guess that they do have the ability to channel or not, Meredith?
I would guess no, because it seems like anybody who's able to channel automatically gets put on a leash because, to harness their powers and to mute their power.
Right. Because the Shantae are the worst. But yeah.
Yeah, but it does seem like they have something that makes them special. Maybe it's like a combat skills or something. I just don't know.
Fair.
What that would be.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, what calls them to this role?
Okay. And the
right? Like, who wants to do this role?
Right.
Yeah.
I guess we did see that the Soldom in episode 7 was able to be collared, right? So that's something. We'll see how that works out. If they'll be able to channel through her or not might be the answer to our question.
Yeah, I say, does that just go on anybody that they put it onto? I don't know.
Time will tell.
Yep.
All right, so I wanted to ask about, we were talking about the Aiel, which I guess the one final thing about the Aiel, Meredith, did you get, how significant it was whenever the Aiel saw the ocean for the first time?
Yeah, like they were like, I don't know, clearly seemed like they hadn't seen it before. And I think, do we know that they live in the desert? That's the vibe I got from them.
Yeah, that's the right vibe.
So they hadn't ventured this far. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good vibe.
But beyond that,
Your vibe, right?
yeah.
Oh,
Your little garbled wine spring.
Yep.
Yeah, so I mean, it was clear to me that was something they hadn't seen before.
Okay, that's good, because that was how it was supposed. They were supposed to be like, because like there's kind of a running joke slash. I mean, it in the fandom, it's like this thing that we appreciate whenever the Aiel are talking, which is like, you know, a stream for them is like an insane amount of water. Like they can't even like if there's a stream bigger than like something they could step across, it's like absolutely wild. So them seeing the ocean for like book readers, we were expecting them to be shocked, and then they were. So I thought it was a fun little.
Yeah, we
scene.
haven't seen that much of that.
Yeah,
from them, I guess.
And it's funny because they kind of focus on Perrin. He's the only one that notices the city because they're all mesmerized by the ocean.
Yeah, it's true. Okay. Mandarv's got a good question here. Like in the end, episode 8, do you think Falm is gonna be on fire by the end of the episode? Because they're all kind of gathering there, right?
Nice.
Like, do we think Falm is about to get wild or not?
Like, what was the city called at the end of the last season?
Faldara?
That was Faldara, yeah.
Yeah, things got pretty wild there. I feel like there could be a similar level, but sort of in a different way. We haven't really seen any, now I'm even forgetting what they're called. The
Shinarans?
The beasts. No, the beasts that kill Trollocs.
Oh.
Right? Is that what they're called? Like, have we seen any this season?
Beasts
I don't know.
kill
I'm just trying to think of.
The beasts that kill Trollocs.
No, the beasts. I was like, what are they called? And then
Oh, Trollocs.
Yeah.
The beasts that kill
Because we haven't
Trollocs.
really seen much of them, and that
Right.
that was like a big, part of the climax in the last season. So I was just trying to think of ways that things could go terribly wrong for that city. And so I think that things are gonna blow up, but in a different way, and will probably have a lot to do with land fear.
One can only hope. Like that's what you would expect, right? that feels very.
I mean,
reasonable.
even the way that she handled the escape, I was like, this is not worth it for all these people.
The thing about Lanfear is like she could have gotten him out without any casualties, and instead she's just doing her thing in the
She's
board
just
game.
extra.
I love how extra she is personally. All right, so I was gonna ask
Yes.
about, speaking of, well, we haven't talked about Matt at all. We'll talk about Matt here in a second. But speaking of, we talked about Loyal a little bit. We haven't really heard much about the Horn of Valir other than Ingtar and Loyal's little conversation. I think it was last episode. And since it seems like Loyal probably isn't going to be able to join Nynaeve and Elayne on their heist, do you think Loyal and Ingtar are going to have a separate heist trying to steal the horn back?
Yeah, I could see that happening. I think it sounds like it's not going to be too difficult. The way they were
they don't guard it.
Yeah, right?
It's not heavily guarded, so I think that would be a good task for them. Not that they're not like capable people, but I think that that's a good use of their energy.
Okay.
Getting that back.
Meredith, what's the horn for?
Pop quiz.
Calling the last battle. Do you blow it before the last battle? I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
I was just curious because I'm trying to figure out if they understand what the horn is for.
No, I mean that's fair. Like
they really, yeah.
It's a great question. Yeah, it was a really good.
Was I right? Is that right? Don't they? They are supposed to.
They mentioned it on the show, didn't they?
Battle.
It is tied.
I don't know what they've said.
It's tied to the last. Well, they did say actually.
Yeah, they did say it in the show.
I think
yeah.
maybe in episode 8 of season 1. I think like Uno or Ingtar or something said like to call heroes back from the dead or something. Like I could swear.
Oh,
I
yes.
could swear.
Okay, yes.
But yeah, the horn
okay.
is tied to. It's supposed to be found in time for the last battle, heavily implying that it would be involved in the last battle, and it's supposed to, as I believe they've said in the show, call heroes from the dead. So
yeah, I didn't remember the dead part. That'll be interesting.
Yeah.
What does it sound like, Winespring?
The horn.
Yeah.
If you had to guess.
Yeah, you had to guess. What was it?
Okay.
That's what it sounds like. I just
All right, Kritter, what does your horn sound like?
I was gonna say like a shofar.
Oh, very
Nice. All right, here we go.
Oh, you've got. Oh wow, we're getting a. Okay, the beginning part of that was really kind of impressive. Honestly. My gosh, Winespring, you are so garbled right now. You may want to drop and come back. Oh, yes, Zeus and a reminder, the Gleeman in the Foregate said the same thing about the horn calling people back whenever they were... Okay, welcome back, Winespring. All right, so we haven't talked about Matt. We'll talk about Matt for like a hot second, and then if Meredith has any lingering questions, we'll talk about those. So, Matt had an interesting episode. Drinking like some kind of wild tea given to him by a Shamael. Meredith, how did you feel about this? Any like what do you think this truly showed Matt his past lives?
No, I wouldn't trust Ishi.
There you go.
I think
good instincts.
Yeah. I'm surprised he even drank the tea.
Ishi.
I that scene, I was a little confused during that scene, just like what exactly he was supposed to be seeing, because that was his mom, right?
Yeah, it was his mom, yeah.
Yeah, like I remembered her, and did she say in season 1, like, you're just like him, meaning like his father?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was kind of like recalling that, but yeah, and I guess he saw himself like hanging, and I don't remember, that was like the biggest one that like that was like the most visceral image, but like I don't know, it was kind of hard for me to gather much from that scene besides like he's supposed to be, I don't know, he's leaves with dread, not feeling at peace, it seems, like
he's being manipulated.
Yeah,
like pushed
and I
to
think
the
that
dark
was intentional
side.
Yeah, I think that I mean, I think that there's always this thing about Matt, like you're kind of questioning, is he kind of just like the darkest of them all? Like how much work do they have to do to convert him? But that felt pretty manipulative. Like I think, I don't know.
It felt too on the nose. I mean, it felt too on the nose. It was odd, like it was just him. And when he tells them, you're one true soul, and all he shows him is, or all he sees is the exact same thing happen over and over and over. Like, you're a piece of shit in every life.
I think that's what he was trying to convince him.
Yeah.
That was
he wants him to join the dark and break the wheel.
Yeah. Like what? Like it's essentially because Ishi is such a nihilist. He wants it all to end. He wants Matt to also want it all to end, so he'll join his team, right? So like. Yeah. As far as, Ishamael, Elayne, whatever, like, he was a philosopher, I believe, in the Age of Legends. So this whole, like, hopelessness, pointlessness, it all makes sense. And, like, he's just trying to convince Matt that this is the way. And I think he's like, kind of doing a decent job of it. Obviously, Matt seems semi-compelled. Okay, we haven't talked one last thing. Oh, actually, I'm going to open a sticker giveaway for the show only portion of the stream. That's opening right now. Open giveaway. You'll be able to enter by typing in !raffle without any spaces. This giveaway is going to be, since we're talking about Matt, let's make it for the Feelin' Lucky Punk sticker. How's that sound? Feelin' Lucky Punk. It's got a fox head on it, and dice, and that's completely, I chose that out of thin air. Has nothing to do with anything, that imagery. And yeah, so if you want to enter !raffle, for the Feelin' Lucky Punk sticker. let's talk about Bethanis for a hot second, and then we'll leave the remainder to.
That whole scene was like a book in itself. Oh my god, it was so good.
I felt like it was pretty good TV. Meredith, how do you feel about it?
Yeah, it was amazing TV.
Is this the nephew?
This is the nephew. Yeah,
okay.
I love
with the funky hair
and Anvir. Yeah,
yeah, that was. I wasn't expecting that. But yeah, it made me really appreciate the Moiraine's sister. When she was listening in, I was like, yeah, you go, girl. And then, I wish like what I wanted to happen was somebody to have time to tell Moiraine so that somebody would know about Leandrin.
Yes.
But yeah, I was not. That was kind of that was an unexpected little twist for me.
Yeah.
Do you guys feel like that was an obvious? I mean, obviously you read the book.
Honestly, Anvir wasn't like Bethanis was a dark friend in the books, and so the speculation that we were kind of working with was Anvir also a dark friend, and that's how they like elevated themselves back to normal social standing after taking a knock because of Moraine's uncle. And you know, I think we did a poll a couple episodes ago, and most people thought she wasn't a dark friend, but there was a significant chunk that thought there was a possibility that they were both dark friends, if I recall. And so, like, the mystery was alive. And the fact that she turned on her son, which I think even as a non-dark friend, that would have been a really rough choice for her to make, probably, because he's her son. I think that was an absolute slay. I loved it. I thought it was like super fun. And no, I didn't necessarily predict it. I wasn't sure which way it was going to go.
And I loved how, like, I don't know, she clearly felt like hostility towards Moiraine, just like in their interactions, and she has reasons to, but like you see how she really feels about her, and that she knows that she's doing the right thing even when it's hard. And I just thought it was like kind of tender in a way. Like, it was like, even though she had to turn on her son to do it.
There was a lot of duty before love or before affection happening in this episode. So Anvir, duty to the world and to the kingdom before her love for her son. Rand hiding the affection that Moiraine and Lan feel for each other, as you know, from being together for so long, that familial love, by covering it by saying, "Forgive me for taking so long to do my duty." So he hid that whole thing behind duty.
Oh gosh. Yes.
Are you okay?
It's just
and then
it's so dramatic.
and then the biggest one of the episode, of course, was both Moiraine and Swan thinking they were doing their duty and putting it before each of their affection for each other. So it was just crazy.
Wow, duty before love. That's such an interesting, good point. Okay, so we've got.
I disagree about this whole Anvir Bethanis thing, but we can wait until the.
You think she's still a dark friend? Oh wait, okay, well, we'll wait.
We'll wait.
Okay, if you have thoughts.
Look at Meredith's face. You just went what?
Okay, we'll have to wait. All right, so
can't do that.
In the last few minutes of the show-only segment of the stream, I'll remind you one more time: if you want to enter a raffle for a Feelin' Lucky Punk sticker, you have to DM me your address and swear that you'll do it. Then !raffle, no spaces, and you'll have about a minute or two left. So, in the last moments that we have, Meredith, do you have any questions for us going into the finale?
So the only things that I guess you could help clarify for me, because I didn't pick up on this, or it went over my head, I think, and then I realized it this episode. I don't really know what the whole deal is with Falm, or what we're supposed to know about it, because I think I originally, when they were brought there, I think that was the first time that we saw it, and I thought it was where the Shan-Chen live. I didn't pick up on the fact that they were occupying it.
Yeah.
And that. So I don't know. I guess I'm just who lives there? Who's the empress that is Shan-Chen empress?
Oh, yeah.
The person with the long fingernails who then got in trouble. Who punished her? I guess there's just those people in the background that are clearly in leadership that I'm not like sure what we're supposed to know or think about them, or if like I'm missing something.
That's completely understandable.
Such a good question.
We've gotten like a few like kind of just sentences here and there from people in the Shan-Chan about like what their vibe is. So I believe in the show, throughout the various episodes, they have said that they've returned to take land back that used to be theirs.
Right.
And I think Rena in this episode said they're trying to unite all people under the light or whatever so they can fight the last battle.
Right.
So we can assume that they're back in the Westlands, which is what we call like Rand's continent, to try to take it all under their wing, right?
To unify it. Right.
And so Falm is kind of like their, well, they haven't said this, but there's a group called the Forerunners, which like is coming before like the entire empire essentially.
They mentioned the Hellene. They mentioned the Hellene.
Okay, but did they translate it?
No, they might have. I think
Okay.
it was when she first showed up, right before Uno got the boot.
Okay, so this is like the advanced team coming in and setting a foundation for the conquering of everything, basically. Does that make sense?
The Shan-Chan conquering everything?
The Shan-Chan coming in and conquering everything. So the people who are in charge right now aren't the Empress. The Empress is still, presumably, the Empress is still in Shan-Chan, which is across the ocean. These people are members of the High Blood. So Turok, I believe, is the one in charge, like the official leader of the Forerunners. Or maybe of the Return. I'm not sure which one but you know, the Return is what they're calling coming back to the Westlands. And Suroth was another member of the High Blood who was kind of also somewhat in charge, but obviously below Turok. So that's kind of where we're at. This is just a small force. They have bigger ones elsewhere. So.
And then is Falm just like a regular city, like Kyrian? Like, is there somebody who's in charge there that? Because they made it sound like, I think it was Nynaeve said like, or maybe it was Elayne, just like that you would think that, you know, these people are used to being occupied, like under an occupied.
Right.
Sort of.
Well, did you, so you do have the connection from episode 8 of season 1 where the ships come in and cause the tidal wave to hit the ground, the shore, right? So that last scene was basically that was the start of their invasion.
Yeah. So Falm is just a coastal city in Rand's continent that they landed on. So like it was under, and somebody in the chat, like, let me know. I don't know that it's the capital city or, you know, if it's more of a city state. I don't remember that. Presumably they had a leader though.
Yeah. Falm is actually in the show is bigger, way bigger than I ever thought of it in the books.
Really? You thought it was pretty small?
I thought it was a much smaller, like a town, but I wouldn't have called it a city. But yeah, this is way bigger, which makes sense. I like the fact that they've made it bigger.
Okay.
But I don't recall that being the capital or like a major hub. I think it was just like a port town.
Yeah. I think the significance is that it's like near or on a land area called Toman Head, which is like in the prophecies. So like it's significant in the prophecies. Varen mentioned this season that I think the dragon was going to proclaim himself on Toman Head. So, you know, something's about to go down there with, you know, it's all coming to a head. It's all coming to a Toman Head.
Toman Head.
You're not next episode. Wow, the puns, the Tam jokes are flying today. So I'm gonna.
They called it a T-Rangriel.
T-rank, nice. I'm gonna close the giveaway now and pick the winner.
Right.
And Meredith, if you have another question for us before we let you go, I welcome it. Closing, picking. The winner is Joe White. Congratulations, Joe White. You got the Feeling Lucky Punk sticker. Please, my deets, my like Twitter, my Discord, whatever, they're in the description of this video. So make sure you DM me. Otherwise, you're not gonna get the sticker. Okay. Thank you. Congratulations. All right, Meredith, any final questions?
Okay, I guess my last question, and if it's too spoilery, then we can just put it off until next time. But like, do you think that we're supposed to, what do you think we're supposed to think right now about what's happening between Lanfear and Moiraine and Lan and Rand going through the
good question,
portal, whatever you call it. Like, because to me, I was just like kind of shocked by it, and I don't know if it was just they were just scrambling to get through, so they all went together. Like, I'm curious if like you think that it's like supposed to be set up for something that maybe like went over my head a bit.
I think for me, it's, and this is not a spoiler because this isn't exactly how it went down in the books. For me, it's an unlikely bedfellows situation where they needed to get out.
Put.
They needed to get out of the city.
Yeah.
Swan was going to stop them, and then Lanfear stepped in. And because Lanfear has this fixation on Rand and the dark side, the people, the Forsaken are looking to get Rand to Falm in order to presumably get him to proclaim himself and then subsequently defeat him, which is what we heard, I believe, in episode 7. This is just her way of doing that. They're both using each other. They're all kind of using each other.
Yeah.
And I think that's where we're at. I think, like, I don't know if you're familiar with the ways, like, well, we've been in the ways once, twice, once. We've been in the ways twice, because Leandrin's thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and so like the like if the ways are the same in the show as they are in the books, which I assume they are, there are obviously multiple way gates. So one thing that I could see Lanfear doing is to try to get Moiraine and Lan through a different way gate, right? To try and like shed that excess fat so she has Rand all to herself. And this is once again not something that happens in the books, but like I could see that happening where Moiraine and Lan get stranded somewhere because they have to go out a different way gate than Lanfear and Rand. But yeah, it's your guess is as good as ours, I think. But that's the vibe that I got. What about you guys?
Yeah, I love that. Unlikely bedfellow is perfect way.
Yeah, that's the perfect
analogy.
Yeah, perfect.
Amazing.
They didn't have a choice, and it was a bit of a, and I think Meredith said this earlier, it was a bit of a weird situation because that final bit was just one scene full of powerhouses, right?
Yeah.
You got Lanfear, Swan, Moiraine, Lan. You've got Rand that could just, pop at any moment. Although he was shielded twice. This episode,
little baby Rand.
Yeah, he got
really.
He got swaddled twice. That was sad. But yeah, I mean that final run through the thing, it was a little odd that they all just took off together. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see where they go. That'd be cool. But I agree with you, Kritter. I think that there may either be a split up, whether it's intentional or not. I don't know, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Meredith. Is that it for you? I know we took you a little longer than you expected, but we appreciate your presence here.
Always, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
I'm looking forward to next week.
Okay, us too. And so it's gonna be so hard not to talk to you about the finale before the stream, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try my best. Thank you for being here, and hopefully we'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Meredith.
Bye. All right. What a good. The insights.
That was so fun.
I know. I love it.
Apologies for almost trekking down a spoiler.
Okay. I haven't warned the masses yet. So, okay.
I know. I didn't mention it. I just.
With Meredith being gone, now is your chance if you are not open to full book spoilers. And I know we've kind of changed things up in the past, but the second half of the stream is just full book spoilers, period. We could ruin the entire end of the series for you. So if you don't want them, please leave. And we love that you were here, and I hope you enjoyed the show only segment, but if you're worried about spoilers, get out. And with that being said, I'm going to put up the spoiler
while you do that. Somebody mentioned a character in the chat a while back when we were talking, right after we were done talking about it, and I was like, oh shit, that was another one. Somebody said Leandrin, yet another example of duty over love.
Oh, because she seems to really like Nynaeve, right? Oh, and her son?
Her son.
Sorry, go ahead. I keep interrupting you.
No, you're good. The thing with, Leandrin choosing her duty to the Dark One over her son, which granted was the correct thing to do in this situation.
Yeah, like honestly,
needed to sleep.
Yeah,
needed to sleep. Oh,
he needed to sleep.
He needed to join the wheel again. Oh, see you later, Tav. Just the girls.
Just the girls.
Hey!
So
Welcome
Widespring,
back.
what's up? Oh, there he is. Okay, never mind. We were going to talk about you, but I guess with you being back,
That's
we
right. You
won't.
can. I got earmuffs. I'm good.
So yeah, no, that's a good point. Leandrin's side of things. Whoever said that in the chat, well done.
Oh, actually, in Bethanis choosing to speak to Leandrin and telling his mom to walk.
Oh.
Yet another.
So that kind of leads me into the conversation I wanted to have about Bethanis.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay, so we have Leandrin showing up. They're all having tea, and Bethanis dismisses his mom, and she listens, right? And
obviously,
and then we have Bethanis going to a cell where Leandrin said that he would find Moraine drugged, and obviously she wasn't. Because we assume Anvir kind of took control of that situation.
Yeah.
We assume that that's what happened. I think that Anvir outmaneuvered her son to prove that she is the more powerful dark friend. And I think she sacrificed her son the same way that Leandrin sacrificed her son, along the same vein of the statement that Lanfear said that it's the gift that only one woman could give another woman. They are sacrificing their sons to move up on the board.
Okay, but she thwarted a dark friend plan, though. Orders, she thwarted orders.
Yeah, but by getting rid of Bethanis, she takes his place in the hierarchy.
Because she's moving up.
Yeah, remember, she just found out that all of this shit that she told Moraine, I brought our house back up from the gutter, I did this, I did that, was all bullshit because Bethanis...
Or was it? They both could have been doing it.
They could have.
They could have both been doing it. That's true. That's an interesting thought because, I guess also Lady Anvir could have been operating under Lanfear's orders and Leandrin could have been operating under Ishamael's orders or vice versa, right? Because the Forsaken also play against each other.
That's what I mean. I think she outmaneuvered her son.
That's interesting because I was about to say, listen, I was just kidding about killing her off last week when they asked me for diplomatic advice. And here you all going all in. Damn.
Yeah.
No.
That's what I want to see.
I want Lanfear to be not a dark friend. I think this move was cold in the best for the light kind of a way. I thought this was cold in a good way.
I mean, she totally with that move she totally destroyed him. Because he's going to be outed as a dark friend in front of everybody.
Not marrying the queen.
He will lose everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say the only thing that makes me question it is the line that Andrea says at the end, there are two things my sister understands better than anyone, the difference between right and wrong and how much harder to do what is right.
Yeah.
So maybe, but also I think that could be just a play too, because there's guards listening. I don't know. I think she outmaneuvered her son.
Okay. Brandy K disagrees with you. I think it's showing the opposite, that Anvir is choosing the light where Leandrin chooses the dark. I agree with Brandy K.
We'll call it a hot take, I guess. We'll call it a hot take.
It's a piping hot take. It's a fun take. If that ends up being what happens, it'll be really fun. But
Fudgy Vamp is saying that they think Anvir is our Dobrain and will jockey for Elayne or Galad as her niece and nephew.
Huh.
Interesting. Ooh, that would be
that would be cool.
Interesting.
Very creative.
I like it. I like that. Okay. So is this are we good? Oh, actually we haven't predicted. Do we think Anvir is going to out Leandrin? She's the only one that knows, Leandrin specifically.
I think Anvir has met her demise.
You think she's going to die next episode?
I think Leandrin's going to take her ass out.
Oh, man.
I hope not.
I mean, I obviously think they're in cahoots because of what I just said.
I know you think it. Think about it. If it is dark friend on dark friend violence, then Leandrin's going to want to get in on that and cut all loose ties.
It's going to be good.
Okay.
It's going to be so good.
So we'll see.
Do we think we can spot Bethanis at the Dark Friend Social? I saw somebody on Twitter say that he was in it, but I didn't.
The guy with the black gloves.
The guy with the black gloves?
And the frilly lace.
Oh.
He didn't want to give himself away with breadcrumbs from the sandwiches that he was making, so he put on black gloves.
I love that. Speaking of, on What Eats, there's a Bethanis sandwich you should check out that's absolutely delicious.
There you go.
Well, can we get a sandwich or a steak made out of that Aes Sedai cow or whatever that he wanted to keep alive for 20.
Oh, his magical cow.
His magical
Aw.
cow. Yeah.
Okay, well, speaking of Dark Friends, because usually in the spoiler section, that's all we talk about. But so, let's see. Any Day Now says, here's a question. Remember, this is full book spoilers. Dear God, if you're not ready for this conversation, get out. But sorry, that was harsh. But like, I don't want to spoil this amazing thing for you.
Get to stepping.
Yeah.
Just step in.
No, will Varen be a dark friend in the show? And I think the answer to that is unequivocally yes. Oh, bye, Winespring.
She didn't want to know.
She doesn't want to know. Don't want to talk about it. That's a great question, and I think yes. Tavern, do you think she's going to be a dark friend?
Who? Varen?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think 100%. I think she's playing the long game of I think she wants the dragon to reach the last battle, or at least be turned before he gets there. And she's playing her own game. She's not being, as far as we know, she's not being talked to by any of the Forsaken.
You think that Varen wants Rand to be turned before the last battle? Like to
if
the
she's
dark?
A dark friend.
No, a fake dark friend. Tavern.
Oh,
Like
I thought you said a real.
From the book.
Like she's a member of the Black Oddjob, but she's undercover. And I think the answer to that is yes.
No, I said yes, she's going to be a dark friend.
Okay, but a fake dark friend.
Okay.
That's what she was in the books.
I think she might be a
you think she's going to be a real dark friend?
A real dark friend? Ooh, that's a hot take. We're bringing it tonight, y'all.
Because she essentially put them in Lanfear's hands? Is that why you think?
Even throughout the books, Varen did some very questionable things.
Yeah.
So I can see her on the show.
Chaotic good, Tavern. Chaotic good.
Oh,
I think she's more chaotic neutral. I'm going to go with chaotic neutral.
Okay.
Yeah, chaotic good.
I mean, her whole purpose was to weed out Black Oddjob members, and I think that we saw her doing that in...
Okay, I see what's happening.
What?
We've identified that, by the way, chat, we've identified that Kritter would be lawful good.
Oh, yeah. No, it's true.
So therefore, any conversation, they're chaotic good. They're evilish good. They're mugging good. Everything's got a cool spin on it to the good side.
Wow. So I don't know if a lawful good thing to do is to spin things, first of all. Like
no spinning.
You're following a paladin follows a deity, they're spinning stuff already.
Wow. So you're saying like
whoa,
the Wheel of Time is my deity? Like the show or the book? I feel like it's got.
Not only did I call the Wheel of Time your deity, but I also dismissed your deity at the same time.
Yeah, you did.
Wow.
Let's see how this lawful good responds over here.
Yeah. Let's see how lawful good responds.
I can just like hide on stream Tavern. No, I'm kidding. That wouldn't be lawful.
That'd be hilarious.
Varen is chaotic neutral, says Crystal Olsen. You know, honestly, I could kind of go for that. I don't think she's bad. I don't think she will be bad.
No.
And I think that she does some shady shit in furtherance of her overall goal, which is to weed out members of the Black Oddjob. And the fact that in the end, she gives away that knowledge to someone who is lawful good or chaotic good. Egwene might be chaotic good, actually, for real though, because she doesn't follow the rules all the time.
I can see that.
Think a bit of the
that gives her more good than bad, even if it's maybe neutral. Anyways, like spinning isn't restricted to particular alignments. Okay,
look at the one above that.
Dismissing the Wheel of Time is a dangerous action. It's true. This is the Wheel and Chill show. Shouldn't we all have Wheel of Time as our deity? Like, what are you guys even doing?
We'll just close our eyes.
I wrote a parody. I wrote a religious parody for the Wheel of Time today and posted it on Twexer. So I'm all about the
Oh,
Randalujas.
Nick, nope. I forget that you don't mind spoilers, but you're not a full book person. If Varen was a dark friend, wouldn't she know Leandrin was? No, because members of the Black Aja only know certain members of the Black Aja. So, like, essentially, if one of them gets caught, they don't all get caught. It's like a network situation where
like a terrorist cell. Yeah.
Like a terrorist cell.
Like, seriously.
Yeah, no, I mean that's how it is.
Yeah.
Break it down for us. Yeah.
It's true.
This show is a very interesting flicker.
Oh yeah, rant Almore, so true. Let us pray to the gods of the Wheel of Time for a 1.5 hour finale.
Oh my god. Yes.
Let it be.
I'm gonna pause. I'm not even religious.
Oh my god, Kritter! We did this at the same time.
Oh my god.
Also, just
the reverence over here.
Before I forget, hold on. I want to make sure it's not Sunflower Sedai. What is? Yeah, Sunflower Sedai.
No, hi Sunflower.
Posted her Wheel and Chill
nails. Ooh.
I haven't seen them yet.
Okay, hold on.
Oh my gosh, I love Sunflower Sedai and how you're doing that every week.
I just want to know which one of us is which.
Oh shoot.
On the colors.
Oh, if she's in the chat. I don't know that I've seen her
she was in the chat.
Okay, while you're pulling it up, I'll say that I think Varen is dark friend. She's working hardcore to weed out the Black Aja, and it's going to be a super surprise for non-book readers.
I hope so. And dear God, don't spoil
it's going to be like
it.
juicy.
You people with your Tom situation.
Why
string?
You dropped that Tom name, and I just stopped breathing, and Kritter was like, ah!
I've beaten myself up in the back of my mind this entire episode today for doing that.
When it finally kicked in, I died inside. I was laughing so hard.
We've got new Wheel and Chill show nails. Let's okay, so from Sunflower Sedai, the Wheel and Chill show nails, pinky and thumb to match chill show colors, blue glitter for Kritter for my Aja, red with yellow glitter because Winespring Cafe says she would be red, maybe yellow Aja, and black with fun glitter for Tavern Tavern because he may be a dark friend.
What the?
I thought she was gonna say Ashaman, but no, I like that. I like that better. Thank you, Sunflower Sedai. That is fabulous.
Sunflower Sedai, you're so cool.
If you keep this up, we'll keep showing them every episode.
Don't encourage her.
I think it's hilarious. I love
it.
You
know you like it, Tavern.
That blue is beautiful. I'm a fan. I'm into it.
I can't see it.
Sorry. Yeah, you can see it on Twitter. But because
I love that I got red and yellow.
That is fun. I like that a lot.
I want to hunt or I want to heal. I'll be one of those.
Tom was in the first season, Nick. Yes. So no spoilers have been had today.
Who said that? You're on my team.
Okay, so we spent a lot of time on the Barthanises, so I want to talk about Matt. I just posted my episode review on TikTok earlier this evening because I've been a little under the weather. But one of my biggest points of speculation was whether what happened with Matt, well, first of all, was like just a manipulation or the T actually does show past lives, which I doubt. And then was this meant to be Matt's flicker, right? Because I argued at the end of last season that we kind of got a flicker from Rand because he got like kind of an alternative life he could have lived with Egwene, with Joya, their kid, right? So I was like, oh, that kind of satisfies my like itch, to be scratched for Rand's flicker moment. Obviously, it's not as cinematic, but like that is one hell of a scene to shoot. Is this Matt's flicker moment?
I think it is because we also got Nynaeve's sort of going through the arches, right? The different lives that she went through and the different moments that she experienced, even though she wasn't part of the flicker in the books. But I think I think this was them giving us a flicker, and honestly, who better to give it to us than Matt? Ishi's already talking, on the show that, he was always mine. They keep portraying him doing, less than favorable things. You're like gambling and drinking. Granted, I don't believe in that. I drink and gamble.
It's morally ambiguous thing.
Yes, thank you. But I see it, and I also think it was part manipulation because everything he saw was dark. I think it was very pointed, very directed, and scripted. I think Ishi was messing with him.
Yeah.
While he was on LSD.
But it was their
But
version.
it is a flicker.
But it was essentially a flicker. Winespring, you think we're not getting flicker? This is Matt's version of the flicker.
I think it's going to be Matt's version of the flicker because I can't imagine them wanting to do something that again in like the next episode. That would be really repetitive.
Yeah.
So it's kind of just giving us kind of a look at what a flicker would be.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of what I'm leaning towards. Yeah.
I think I agree, and I think that it satisfies that for me, much like the episode 8 scene from last season satisfied the Rand flicker for me, because the only point about Matt having been in the flicker was him after the fact being like, I would never betray you, right, Rand? And here we get that, like, Matt gets the anxiety of, am I just a bad person, right? Which has the same vibe as Matt thinking, oh my God, would I betray Rand, right? So, like, as much as I hate to say it, I don't think flickers. I think that was flicker. Flicker's done. No more flicker. So
I think so too.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Nice. Are we doing a poll?
I was gonna. How could you? Is that whenever I turn over here, that I'm doing a poll? Yeah, we're gonna do a poll.
Is that bottom?
Whoa, Winespring. What did you just say?
Yeah, you went Roboto.
Are we done with flicker?
I laughed. I just weren't.
Okay. Are we done with flicker?
Okay, so while you put that in chat.
What?
What? Winespring?
Okay, I have a question. While you're doing that, do you think Matt was actually in Falm, or was he in the dream world?
I think it was
when you pause it, it says that he's in Falm. I originally thought he was in Tel'aran'rhiod because he got knocked against the wall, and then he wakes up with his face in a carpet, and inside of Ishi's room that has all of the Forsaken stands hanging out. So I thought it was Tel'aran'rhiod, but it says that they're in Falm.
All right, I think she was. I think he was. Yeah. Starting the poll. All right.
Really? Okay.
This is the way the poll works. Are we done with flicker? And I will acknowledge that we did kind of also get a Nynaeve flicker in the arches. So being done with flicker, that's assuming that Egwene will get to walk through the arches and get her moment, right? So if you want to vote, do ! Vote, no spaces, and then you do a space. And if you want to vote, we're done with flicker, vote 0. And if you want to vote, no, we're going to get the flicker scene, we're talking, probably with Rand and probably Matt, vote 1. So, okay, we're getting some votes on both sides here. So once again, that's ! Vote without spaces, and then a space, 0 for done with flicker, 1 for not done with flicker. And the 0 and is going to allow for Egwene having her time in the arches.
Nice.
Let's see. Flicker will be a part of the show till the end. Oh, that's deep. Okay, yeah.
Okay, so I think he's in the dream world. I think he's in the dream world because when he comes to Lanfear's there, and he's like, "Am I dreaming?" She goes, "Oh no, you're very much awake," and it sounds so sarcastic, like so sarcastic.
Okay, that's interesting.
For sure. Yeah, you're definitely awake. Yeah, I think he's in the dream world.
Okay, I can see him being in the dream world, especially during the Ishamael scene, because that could be a really easy, good way for Ishamael to feed him visions. Here, you're gonna see this now.
Yep.
Because I can control your thoughts, maybe in the world of dreams. Let's see. Okay, Rafael Pereira. Apologies if I mispronounced that. For me, the next destiny moment will be with Rand in the Aiel desert. That is, if they make him useful for a goddamn thing. I think we're gonna get useful Rand next episode.
That's funny,
but that's fair. It's fair. I mean, it's fair. He's basically been a pawn in other people's schemes up until now. But I did get this shot from this episode that I thought was sick. He was the one who cut Moraine's weaves. Let me show it to you guys too. From monitor there. Okay, you should be able to see it now. He was the one that cut Moraine's weave, so he has a point. He does things.
He has a point. I get it.
Because he did. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Also, somebody mentioned that, and this was, I forgot where I got this. Somebody brought it up that he's using fire and spirit. I think it might have been Pravara or Adalorna. I don't know. Which is what Nynaeve used on Logain in the books.
Oh, to heal heal
Him
gentling?
being still. Yeah, gentling, yeah.
I thought she used I in my brain she just used all of them because that's what she uses to
No, they said that
heal.
she used all of them for healing, which was freaking
She
out the
changed
yellows.
it up, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think that was healing what she did for him.
It was, yeah, I think some might call it healing, but it was definitely not the same weave.
Right.
I don't think.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get an image into. I'll let you know when it's in the drive because it's been bugging me since I watched the show. When Matt is going through his hallucinogenic thingy, he goes. He's looking in the mirror. It goes from him hanging to him dunking. To him dunking somebody in the bucket, right? The very first person is not him.
Is it Fane?
No, okay, and I'm going to show you the picture. The cut of the outfit, the hairstyle, the fact that his skin is a little darker than Matt's, it almost looks like Luce Theron. So give me a second, and I will.
Yeah, let's see that.
Yeah,
Let's
I'd like
see
to
that.
see that. I'd like to see that.
So the moment while you do that, the moment before Rand channels, I love how he hears this explanation of what's going on from Lan, and he just steps up and is just like, what does he say? What do I need to do?
Yeah, totally ready.
No question. What can I do? Like that was very like he's kind of showing his care
for Moraine.
For
Moraine. I
yeah.
thought that was really sweet too. I thought that was really cool, especially because in the past, Rand has been a little turd Ferguson about Moraine. No, I'm not going with you.
And that's like the lady shoots fireballs. Chill out.
Exactly. I get it. Okay, so in case you forgot or haven't voted yet, I'm going to close the poll in a minute. The poll, in order to vote, is first I'll say the question is: are we done with Flickr? If you want to say yes, the answer is 0. If you want to say no, the answer is 1. And in order to vote, you do ! Vote without spaces, a space, and then 0 for yes, we're done with Flickr, 1 for no, we're not done. It is an incredibly close poll right now. So if you want to get your, it's 1 point is the difference. So we are.
Whoa, vote.
Yeah, vote, get it in. I guess
it's in the drive.
Okay.
Pull it
Let's
up.
see this. I'm very interested because I don't think I caught that.
Did you put it in the season 2 episode 7 folder?
No, I put it in the season 2 folder. It's just called
Amazing.
Matt Dunk.
Love that for us. Let me move
Where the hell? Oh, it's on the thing. There it is.
Love that for us.
Now I have
we haven't
to
gotten an overshare yet, Critters. So I hope
looking
you're working.
Yeah.
I don't have time for an overshare. I'm looking for a effing image in a different folder.
I was thinking about doing graphics for that.
Tavern's in trouble.
No, it's fine.
It's late. I titled it Matt. Do you see it?
Sorry, I pulled it up. Let me show you.
She's looking at it without showing it to us.
Sorry.
I know.
My bad.
It's very small.
It's really small. Yeah, I have to zoom it in. This is like why would you not screenshot the whole thing so I could just keep it like normal? Tavern. You're making my life harder.
I'm trying to help you.
I know you are.
Improve your
Get our focus
broadcasting
faces on.
skills.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
My glasses on.
I don't know. I zoomed it in a lot, guys. I don't know what to tell you. I'm gonna get it even smaller. We're gonna look real hard.
This is the dunking moment.
Yeah, this is the dunking moment.
Yep. He's dunking. Yeah.
That's not Matt doing the dunking.
That's Matt. That's Matt.
It's not Matt.
I can't see it.
Oh my god.
So I'm just gonna disagree with you because that's just our normal.
Somebody says maybe Fane.
I was thinking Fane too. That's what I was thinking.
Matt or who's getting dunked?
It might be Matt.
I think Matt's getting dunked in this one because it goes from him hanging to this, and then the very next scene, it's him dunking somebody else.
It's enhanced. I can't. I'm isn't enhanced. Okay. I'm gonna get really into this here. We're gonna get close. Okay. We're zooming.
But it's not moving in here in stream.
Oh, sorry. It's on the
same.
stream. It's on the stream. I'm zooming.
It could be Fane from a different age. Yeah, that's a possibility.
It's so blurry.
It's it's the best I could do.
Oh, somebody. No, I'm not blaming you. Did somebody said the hair looks like Perrin's?
No, Perrin, definitely not Perrin.
Ooh.
Looks like
body shape is
Fane.
not
We're
Perrin.
thinking it's
Maybe Fane. I can see Fane. At first,
So
just
Fane
because of
dunking Matt?
just because of the cut of the cloth, at first I thought it was Age of Legends, maybe Loose Theron.
Ooh.
But now that I've zoomed it up, yeah, possibly Fane from a different.
Okay.
Somebody, Ja says Barthanis.
I don't think it's Barth.
Like a little wave in his hair.
I'm gonna go ahead and disagree with you there on that one. All right, I'm trying to bring it back into like normal size, but it's hard. It's hard, guys. All right, so I'm gonna close this poll because it's been up for a while.
Anyways, yeah.
We are stopping it. Beavers a notified chat of the winning option. Yeah. So a 27 to 25 result. 27 people think that Flickr, we're done with Flickr. Flickr's over. Like that, what the versions that we got were what we were gonna get.
Freaking Flickr.
And I agree with that. I think you're right. Looks like the Green Man.
Good ones.
Yeah, the king of sandwiches.
The king of sandwiches.
Yeah. So.
Oh God, I love it.
All good thoughts about Matt. It's Steve.
Oh, Steve would not dirty his hand doing something like this.
It's Bella. That makes sense to me.
It's Bella.
Okay.
Good.
Oh, okay. Speaking of Varen being a dark friend, I forgot that I took this image. It is a I have to continue de-zooming because Christ Almighty, that was something.
And her phrase, "I will take his weave," was so good. Even Moraine was like, "Good.
You
choice,
bandy
choice of
words well." Well, yeah, it's like
this is
this
really good.
is an order. Like this order that I'm giving to you. The Amerlin requires your strength. Like she didn't tell me that. I'm just telling you. Like there's so many fun little things that like some people I saw on the interwebs were like, "Oh my God, did Varen lie?" And I was like, once again, no.
It's that twisty talk.
It's that twisty talk.
Then Swan tells her, "Leanne, we need your strength. Take your sisters and tend to the healing." So
confirmed.
It was her strength. She
Oof.
It was just so good.
It was very good writing.
Yeah. Requires is the key word. Yeah, exactly. This is an order from me to you. I will take this. There's so many fun things that worked for me.
And I love how Moraine caught it all.
She's like,
oh yeah.
Like, she didn't skip a beat. She's like, "Oh, you choose your words really well."
Which is interesting because you would think that, like, as an Aes Sedai with another Aes Sedai, she almost would just take for granted, like, oh, all the things that she's saying are true, right? Like, she would just like assume that. But then the fact that she clocked that Varen was being manipulative, it was pretty good.
She is a blue.
But they've had that conversation where Varen knows about Rand being the Dragon Reborn, and they've connected on that. Where Moraine was like going to pull her knife out on her. So I mean, she's
Varen's
probably
like,
just aware of Varen, like and what's going on.
Varen comes in, spits some bars. Moraine's like,
Okay, Crystal Olsen wants me to zoom in on Lyanna's hands to see if they're the same gloves from the Dark Friend social. You saw how hard it was for me to do all that zooming and then all of that unzooming.
Come on, Crystal.
So
ready,
I welcome you all to take a look at Lyanna's hands. If you want to get on the show and look, but yeah, from a distance, those are some good gloves. If I had to guess, I'd say they're probably blue, whereas the gloves in the Dark Friend social were black. But I can't say that for sure right now. So
and the only one that we've seen that isn't adverse to wearing black with their color is Liandrin, with her black cloak over her red.
Mm-hmm.
Also, can we talk about how Leanne walks with a purpose on this show?
Man, she struts.
Oh, man.
She works. I love her. Wow. She is so fierce. It's so good.
Yes. Y'all know the interview we got of her where she's sitting on the floor and she's talking and she's so sweet, like willowy. Mm-hmm. And then you see her on the show and she's the opposite. I mean, fantastic actress.
I'll be right outside, mother.
Yeah.
stared Moraine down.
I think they cast her so well because we got that like interview with her where she's like loosey goosey, chill, whatever, like vibey, and she can do both, right? Because like eventually we're gonna get to see her. Presumably, if she doesn't just get executed, she'll be stilled, and we're gonna get that other side of her once she starts flexing her Damani muscles.
So so since we did loosey goosey, we got pictures from Kate Fleetwood's birthday party.
Oh, where they're on the throne.
How trashed do you think they were sitting on that Amarylline seat? Because they look pretty loosey goosey.
Probably pretty lit. If you're not on Instagram, you need to follow like Kate Fleetwood and like all
Priyanka
Bose,
and Jennifer Sean Garcia, follow them all because every now and
Daniel
then
Hinney's on there too.
He is. Well, and Kiara Coveney posts some excellent it's fun when they post stuff with each other. It's like so fun to see that they're friends in real life, right? So
and Alana got us all too, like saying that she had just gotten engaged with
Chia, the actress who plays Chia.
Yes, that's who it was.
You fell for that?
Yeah, I did not fall for
that. No, not for a second.
Okay.
But everybody was like, congratulations, wow, this is so cool.
My favorite thing was God damn it, CT Napier saying,
Taylor.
I just left you.
Yes, speaking of, Scott Millard says follow Taylor Napier because obviously every month is Taylor month, and
every month is Taylor month. That's awesome.
I just said it, so.
You just made it. It's like a thing now.
I just made it up.
Don't say that because then Matt's son will take it in stride and think it's about him.
Oh,
Taylor Hatch.
Fair. It could be. Every month is just Taylor month.
Tank tops and Taylor.
Or Taylor Napier just goes shirtless. Okay, we're getting off track here.
Yes, we are.
All right, so this is a pre-finale stream, and we've kind of talked about what happened in the show, and if we want to talk about its implications going forward, that's fine. But I think the best way to do that is to predict what's going to happen in the finale.
Oh my god, I'm not ready for this.
Okay, well, I haven't watched any of the promos.
I haven't either.
Okay, so don't say anything about the promos, please. In the chat. If you respect me, don't. Because I don't want to be spoiled. I'm literally fully just. I don't want to see anything, hear anything, nothing.
Yes.
So you lied to the chill chat, and this is not full of spoilers. Look at Wine Spring is like, that's a good argument.
This is full book. Full book spoilers. Full book spoilers. Okay, so let's take a guess. Are we getting Rand in the sky?
No.
Okay, yes.
Okay. That is going to be the first poll.
Immediately disagreed.
First poll.
We have to get Rand in the sky. He has to be
Rand
in the sky fighting.
Be in
the
Thor,
sky. Stop, Thor, stop.
Yes, add no.
That's not, never mind. I'm just going to leave that joke.
Bad Thor.
Dart. All right, I told you how to vote. Follow the instructions. Exclamation vote, no spaces. Will Rand be in the sky? 0 for yes, no is 1.
I think Thor wrote that Hopper dies.
Shut up, Thor.
Yeah. Thor.
Sorry.
Oh no, Thor.
Downvote that. Downvote that. I think he will, and this is why. Varen mentioned it. Varen said he'll declare himself in the sky or whatever as part of the prophecies.
Listen to the words. He will declare himself on Tommen Head, his banner on fire across the sky. I think we're going to get a dragon on fire or something in the sky, but Rand is not going to be in the sky. That would be super cool, but I don't think Rand is literally going to be in the sky.
Okay, but something's going to be in the sky.
Yeah, something's going to be in the sky.
It makes me think, do you remember Teletubbies and the sun with the baby? We're going to get that with Rand.
Or the
Rand in the sky.
Have y'all seen the YouTube video with the guy in the cowboy hat and he's like, ah! Please tell me you've seen that. Please.
No. I thought they were just going to get a picture of Like
Our examples are perfect, Kritter.
Hold on.
I thought they were just gonna get a bunch of fans from JordanCon with Rand #1 foam fingers and just project it in the sky.
Okay, one moment. Oh, I hate it. I'm so sorry. Okay.
Little foam dragons.
I don't know how they can make it look cool, but I really hope they pull it off, like a fight in the sky.
So the dragon thing in the sky, and this is not my idea. Somebody brought this up, and I can't remember who it was, but fuck if it hasn't got me thinking. The dragon in the sky will be part of like Eludra's wagon or something. Like Eludra might show up and her wagon explodes and launches shit into the air.
Interesting.
That was their thought, and I was like,
"That's not enough. Not enough."
Yeah.
I mean, it would be cool. It would be a cool way. What the fuck is that?
That makes me think of. Have you seen Happy Gilmore at the end? He has like.
Oh yeah.
That's what makes me think of.
Paul Pangan, the Jennifer Cheon interview is it should be on I think Jordan Khan's YouTube because it was a video from Jordan Khan. So I believe
and it's a great video.
Yeah, it's a really good video start to finish. So I don't know if you're familiar with this YouTube video. It is a classic. He sings, he's projected in the sky, and I cannot help but see the fight with Rand and Ishamil like this.
You know what?
Which would, I mean, like, I can't picture it any other way, but if they do it like this, it has such a risk of looking really cheesy. So I'm scared.
But there could be explosions happening at the same time. Like, they could really do it up. Dark clouds.
I said long ago that Ishi's going to pull out an Age of Legends projector and just he's just going to cast it into the sky like pay-per-view. And that's what we're going to get.
Wow.
See, in my mind, the way to do it in a non-cheesy way is to have it be some kind of like shadows or like, you know, they're on the ground but like in some way.
Like lightning or something.
Like there's
like lightning up.
Yeah, we're like, like in some way their shadows are being cast up into the. I don't know. Like, I don't know how to make it not cheesy.
Like
I don't know how to make it not look like this. Like, I don't know. I'm like Data Lahu says you're both so wrong and so right for this. This is how I couldn't help but picture it when I was reading the books. Like, and I hadn't even seen this video yet, and I'm seeing like,
that's funny.
You know, Rand and Ishi fighting swords. Like,
why are you doing lightsaber things?
Because I'm just trying. I don't know. Make it a straight up kaiju fight.
When I pictured it.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Someone in Falma uncovers an old fashioned projector. Someone turns it on.
That's all it is.
Yeah, Lanfear does a hologram display. Yeah, I don't know. But okay, so I'm going to close the poll soon. A reminder, if you think Rand will be projected somehow or up in the sky, vote 0 for yes, 1 for no, and the way to vote is ! Vote without spaces, and then a space, and then the number. So 0, yes in the sky, 1, no, not in the sky. This one is not
there
close.
will be no negativity here.
What did Mandarb say? It's going to be cheesy no matter what they do, as long as it's good cheesy.
Yeah, I'm okay with good cheese.
Yeah.
Even though I'm lactose intolerant, it'll be fine.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I don't know where I was going with that.
Okay. We're
gonna make me sick. It's gonna make me sick, but.
Oh, interesting, Shannon Kopka. So in the books, Maureen channeled to make herself look huge and walk over a wall. So like,
that's right.
Someone could do that with Rand and
Gorgio
and Ishi. You know, like I'm really curious to see how they do it, if they do it. But the poll is almost closing. We're getting a couple final little votes here. It was cheesy in my head, same, Jeremy Sweat. So, like, what are you going to do? All right, poll closing. Stop. Do I want to notify? Yes. So the winner.
They haven't done anything cheesy, though. I think they're going to make it look good, whatever they do. We're going to be happy with it.
We're getting Rand in the sky with 34 votes versus 12.
Yes!
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
it's a resounding win.
Okay. All right, we'll see.
High five.
We'll talk about it next Monday.
High five,
we will talk about it next month, and on Twitter in the meantime, inevitably.
Yep. What if did you guys see how proud, well, twice, how proud or how engaged Egwene got when Rena first said, "Did they tell you how important you are or whatever?" Remember? And she got that adrenaline boost of, "Oh, somebody sees me."
Yeah.
And then she lets out that ring of poof, right? That knocks everybody down.
Yeah.
She's going to be riding on that high until Nynaeve lets out her poofs and takes down half the city.
All the poofs.
And Egwene's back in her place.
Oh, man. Her body language right before that was awesome.
No, she is so good.
She turned from Rena, just like chest out. I was like, "Ooh, Egwene." Good body language.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mandar.
Mandar.
I got one person in chat backing me up.
Oh.
Well, 12. But yeah. But yeah, no,
I think
it's gonna be so good.
I think there's a difference between cheesy and like not as epic as you'd hoped. Like Steve Cook saying, "Are you saying the battle at Tarwin's Gap wasn't cheesy?" Like I didn't see it as cheesy.
Okay, so I think what he's referring to is the effects, and I will say from season 1, the only, and it wasn't really an issue, because given what they were trying to accomplish, I mean, we're not talking Lord of the Rings budget, right? When you've got 100,000 orcs on a field and it looks good. So some of the CGI Trollocs looked a little in the scenes. I wouldn't call it cheesy. They just didn't look as good.
It was just disappointing.
Yeah, and it wasn't even disappointing. I was fine.
I wasn't at all. I loved it.
Yeah, it just wasn't at a level that I think it could have been if they had spent, $80 million more or whatever the hell it was.
I mean, I guess that would have helped.
Well, not to mention during COVID, there was an extreme backlog in CGI, like work. Thank you. It's like, CGI stuff. So
I think that's what it is, but I don't think it was cheesy.
Yeah, it was just more. It was just
a small battle.
Like it was supposed to be pretty big. It was supposed to be pretty big. But COVID.
Yeah. It was supposed to be a lot. Yeah.
Just blame COVID for all
Well, because like in the books, if you recall, Rand is supposed to come out like at the moment that they're basically just completely effed and he obliterates them all. But he's Rand and he had access to an insane amount of the male half of the One Power untainted. So it was a very special circumstance that we did not get in the show. Correct. Partially because of COVID and the rewrites.
So we're gonna get it in episode 8. I think we're gonna get that big Rand fighting.
It's not gonna be up there.
Okay. Well,
are we putting money on this? Because I got $2.
You got what?
I have $2.
You have $2?
$2.
I will ask my wife if I can have 2 months allowance to cover that bet.
Okay, Bratney Rose says magic horn mist and some channeling, some shadows, and a little bit of the power. It'll be fine. I like that attitude. It'll be fine. Yeah, I think I just want to give a little shout out. This is not spoilery in any way, but the fact that Madeline Madden is just effing crushing it with one line per episode. Like,
oh my God.
What?
For sure.
So good. She's nailing it.
Yeah.
And I think that just
like we don't need from her right now.
It gives me a lot of hope for future Egwene when she's going to have a lot more to do on her own.
Yeah.
But like, what's up with Rena not beating her after she says, "I will kill you"?
I think she was
ran
hurt.
away.
I think she was like,
she was so in love with her. She was so in love with her.
She's
right?
enamored. She is enamored. It's gross and
it's disturbing.
Codependent and gross. Yeah.
Oof,
so
good word. Good.
I think so, and I don't know if I mentioned this last week. I think it's because, I think I did, because she gets a high from the use.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a
like a serotonin thing.
Yeah, like I hate saying the equivalent, but like but it fits when you take a dog for a walk. The act of walking for the dog with
it's good for the human
owner,
too.
It's good for the human and for the dog. It releases, endorphin or whatever the hell they are.
Endorphins make you happy, and happy people just don't kill their husbands.
Exactly.
It's true.
That's
oh my gosh! Thank you, Elle Woods. Okay.
I love that movie. All right, so we're predicting.
I do too. I love that you just mentioned it.
The heist works. I think they'll torture the Soldam to figure out a way to get her out.
You think they'll torture her?
Or like, how are they going to find out how to open the collar?
Well, I think she's going to be terrified that it works on her.
Oh, the Soldom? Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't even think they're gonna need to torture her. I
She'll
think
just
she's
tell
gonna-
him. Like,
Probably.
here,
She's gonna play ball.
take
She's
it
gonna play
off of
ball.
me. This is how you do it. That's
Yeah.
interesting. That's a good point.
She's just gonna fucking break.
Oh.
Because remember in the books,
Oh man.
the fact that could happen is what led to Soldom can freaking learn the channel.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yes,
So
you're
that
right.
revelation
Yeah.
is huge.
Mm-hmm. And then Egwene's gonna blow some shit up because she learned how to blow some shit
Oh
up
yeah, she is.
in
Yep.
this.
We
Yeah.
saw Scratch the Cat have a big reaction to that. So.
Scratch the cat. What?
Yeah, scratch the
the
cat.
cat.
Whenever Egwene
Yep.
like did the thing and there was a cat.
Oh, I missed the cat.
Yeah,
Orange cat.
the Tweeter of
And he
Chaos
goes-
informed us that Scratch has been on a mission to find his owner Egwene this whole time,
Yeah.
and that was part of his
So
mission.
it's like
He
a
was-
find familiar spell
kind of, yeah.
in reverse.
Yeah.
Knuckles mustache did a little cat emoji. Yeah, we love Scratch. We love Scratch the cat.
Knuckles mustache.
So will the horn be blown, and who will blow it? Yes, Matt. That's so in the while I haven't been spoiled on any of the footage, Rafe did say in response to one of my questions in the Q&A that there's a moment in episode 8 that with Matt that brings tears to his eyes, or happy tears or something. So to me, that's when Matt finally decides that he is not a bad guy and blows the horn. How do you guys feel about
We need
that?
to see Matt find some value in himself.
Yeah.
Like and having that role, is going to do that. Like it's gonna be beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna cry for sure.
Do we all? Oh, I guess I should change the image because I currently have.
He's
Egwene
all.
up.
One thing I didn't bring up when we were talking about the Matt thing earlier is, I want to say in the imagery there's like a red door frame or something. There's a bunch of stuff happening in the imagery that's going back and forth with Matt during his hallucinations, and in my mind I was like, it's almost like he's living the red door frame thing with the Aelfin, with the hanging and the stuff, but it was out of order, and I was like,
oh yeah,
it doesn't make sense. But it also, Ishii does say you'll see your true self of all the thousands of lives that you've lived, which also could allude to the fact that he's going to get memories
yes
of all those lives. So
Yes.
again, tying to the red door frame, I don't know if that's the case, and I would hate that because I want to see the fin if they're going to.
Right.
I mean,
I want to see it too.
you also have to kind of balance that. How far do you go with the creatures that you show to keep everybody still
The
engaged?
Finn though are very interesting.
They are super
Yeah.
interesting, but do you imagine non-readers will get totally
Yeah.
brain screwed?
I can see like if Moraine
Brain
doesn't
screwed,
get like
awesome.
tackled, if Moraine doesn't go through the door frame, like that definitely might not happen. But I can see them
Yeah.
like doing the Finn as sort of like a weird, like side
Yeah.
quest. Like that's not understandable. Like Bran in Game of Thrones goes up and is with like the first people or what, like the little
Yeah.
tree
Yeah.
people. I can't remember their names.
Which was super interesting.
They were the
yeah.
first ones. I think they were called
The first ones,
yeah.
yeah. And so like that, wasn't something we'd really seen before, and it happened and people accepted it. All right, I'm gonna do a poll
Yeah.
now. It's going to be Will Matt Blow starting it. Options
Will Matt blow?
options once again are let's see, you can enter 0 for yes, 1 for no. Wow, whoa. That sounds so cool. Also,
Wow.
exclamation point vote space. If you think Matt will blow, after the space, put 0. If you think Matt will not blow, the Horn of Valier. 1 is the answer. They're the Children of the Forest. Thank you. Not the first
ones, Children of the
not the
Forest.
first people. There are
They
first
count.
people in Game of Thrones, but not them, I
Wait,
guess.
that's not them? I thought they were the first people. Oh, no. They were there before the first people came.
I think that's right.
Yeah.
I think that's right. Yeah, I personally think Matt seeing himself hanging to me gave me hope that he would go through the door frame, because it felt
be
like
cool.
something that might happen to him, because I had the flicker.
Yeah.
I had the flicker thing in my head.
Yeah.
So it's my greatest hope, probably, because it's the biggest mystery, Well, honestly, no. I think the biggest mystery is whether Rand will be in the sky. And honestly, I'm very invested in Rand being in the sky because in my first time reader stream series that I'm doing, both my cousins Annie and Ben were like, that's the thing that has to happen for me for the show. And so I'm like, oh shit, if it doesn't happen, are they gonna stop watching?
You're gonna hate it.
I hope not.
We just can't have that. We can't.
Michael Berry brought up my favorite line from the episode, which was, is this a sex thing or a murder thing? Because either way, I'd like you to skip the talking. That was I want to say in almost any show I've ever watched, that's probably one of the coolest lines I've ever uttered.
Well, and also it applies to the poll. What did it make you think of, Weinberg?
2 on?
Yeah.
It's a little bit of foreshadowing for him being
you're not wrong. That's amazing.
With her, it's all a sex thing and a murder thing.
And a murder thing at the same time.
Yeah, and he has no voice,
I swear to God, if he repeats that line later on in the series, when she shows up,
season 7, Tuon shows up, and it's
the hell up. Yeah, that'll be hilarious.
Oh, that's so interesting, Fudgy Vamp. Matt will go through the red door to learn if Ishi's visions were a lie. That's really kind of compelling. Ooh. I like that a lot.
That would be
points.
Cool.
Kind of Maddie too. Yeah, here's your trophy.
Yeah, here's
trophy.
You got a Weinberg trophy. Well,
okay, you know what?
We have so many, you guys.
We need icons for this shit.
We do.
That's too much work.
That's a lot of work. So
I almost made
you never know when it's going to happen.
An icon for Kritter today for her oversharing, and I was going to call it. Damn it, what was it? Tea? Something about tea. Oh, it was spill the tea with Kritter XD.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh, that's really cute.
If you make icons that are transparent, I will put them into the stream, and I can activate them at any time.
Okay.
And let's see.
But here's your sign. Here's your trophy.
Here's your trophy. Here's your trophy. Okay, so I'm gonna close the poll because I haven't it's just there's no point in continuing. I'm gonna notify the chat of the winning options. We've got 37 votes for yes, Matt will blow. You want to guess how many we got for no?
0.
Nobody thinks Matt is not going to blow the horn of Valier next episode.
Chill chat.
They're called the first men, not the first people. Okay, well, same vibe. But noted.
The first zygotes.
Matt will see the red door and want to paint it black. I think they're going to merge the fins.
I see a red door and I want to paint it black. Oh, I just made a parody song.
Look at you. Boom. Boom. There you go. Okay, what else is there to predict for next
what we talked about earlier. Do we think it's almost kind of a given, but we don't know what actually happens. Moraine and Lan seem to be from the behind the scenes shots seem to be separated
from everybody else.
From Rand and Lanfear, because we saw them go into the Waygate together, but then we see in the behind the scenes shots from way back, they were walking down the beach away from a separate Waygate
by themselves.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So the question is, are they together, or are Rand and Lanfear walking ahead of them or behind them?
I mean, best
chance. Or did she dismiss them at another stop?
Or she just shoved them out the door.
Or
stops here.
Or like everybody else in the season, she knocks them out and they wake up and then they go out a different Waygate because they don't know the way.
Yeah, that's pretty good. You're on a roll.
Man,
I know.
You're on a roll. Okay, so poll time, or another thing we can predict. Somebody brought it up, is whether the collar will be taken off, or will somebody have to die for it to come off?
It's gonna get taken off. They're not gonna die.
Well, we kind of know, but somebody, I don't know. Did you say it that they were gonna get? What's the Sodom that got captured?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think we know her
name. They said it somewhere.
They?
Anyways,
they said her. I thought they just said here she comes.
No. But somebody, I heard the name. I guess they got it from IMDb or whatever. Anyways,
okay.
Or are they going to force her to take it off, because it says you can't take off your own.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't say you can't take off somebody else's.
I think in the books, if I recall, Damani can't touch other collars either. I think
that would make the most sense. Yeah,
but it's a good thought. It's a good thought.
Well, I mean, they wouldn't know how to unlock it.
I think, but like in the same way that Damani can't touch their own collar, I think they just can't touch.
A collar, period.
A collar. Okay, so we've got some people in the chat who aren't attributing the separation to Lanfear, which why not? Because she is my incredible agent of chaos. But like they're saying maybe the away bridge breaks, maybe Machin Shin splits them up. There's a lot of ways that they could get split up. I of course think Lanfear is going to orchestrate it because she is the champion of the season. Like I love her.
Really.
I love her so much.
Okay, so they said Apollo creature. Wait. Somebody said, can you do a poll to see if they will merge the fins like a Crystal Olsen said? And then above it, I'm trying to look for her comment. Apollo, creatures in an alternate world only accessible through two. Okay, she's explaining what that is. So what you're saying is that they're mixing the eel fin and the ale fin? Merging both of them into one? Is that what you're getting at?
That's an interesting thought.
Perfect.
That could happen.
Perfect.
That could definitely happen.
Why not?
Or it'll just like they'll do one and then in the Stone of Tyr they'll do another. You know, like it could really go either way. Will the best boy wake from the dream?
Oh, stop!
I think so. I hate to say it. I saw a comment earlier that we didn't address, but we should address is whether more than just the 3 maidens out of the Aiel are going to be in Falm, and I don't think so. I don't think so because we haven't seen any other Aiel. I think it'll just be like
the 3 of them,
the maidens representing the Aiel. But like in Falm
for now,
we are presumably getting White Cloaks, who I think will kill Hopper. We've got Shan Chan. We might get Trollocs, but I doubt it. And then we might have Heroes of the Horn. We've got Shinarans, kind of a few.
A handful, right?
There's a lot of parties involved.
There's a lot.
That's a lot, yeah.
I don't know that the Aiel...
Which makes for a really good finale.
It will.
Forsaken, Tavern.
Really fast.
Forsaken. Yeah.
Forsaken, Tavern, Shanchan, Shernan.
Wait, you can't touch collars. I thought you couldn't touch... You could touch bracelets. No, maybe not. Okay, noted. If that's great.
Yeah, I think they couldn't get near the collar, I thought.
The bracelet.
Was it the bracelet or the collar? Oh, no, the collar's on him, right? The bracelet, sorry.
Let's see.
I love that scene how Nynaeve comes out and is like, how does it look on me? And she looks down and they just get her.
Yeah, they just get her.
The planning of that, like how to knock her off her feet was
the most awkward bash in history. Elayne was holding that piece of wood like it was a snake and it was about to bite her. It was hilarious.
Boy, she handled that snake just fine.
She knocked her out. But go back and watch it. It's just a very awkward, and it makes sense, right? She's the daughter heir. She's not walking around beating people with a stick every day.
Yeah.
They wanted to poll. Let's see, what was it? Oh, whether Rena dies before the end of the season. Okay. That's a good poll.
Is it?
Think about it.
I think Rena's going to get collared.
You don't think she'll die? Because I think Egwene wants to kill her.
Well, Egwene says she's going to kill her.
So,
and we know how Egwene does. She does what she says she's going to do.
Egwene does what she wants to do, regardless of what everybody else wants to do.
All right. We're going to do collared as an option. Oh, whoops. I need to delete this.
Oh, we're going back to the I hope Unal is Gaidal Kane.
What will happen with Rena? Collared, killed.
Well, Amerlin, the Amerlin seat, Jess, on Twitter is saying that Layla might be Birgitta.
Yeah, I saw that. That's interesting.
Because in the first, she's not wrong about the long blonde braid and the pants tucked into the boots and what she's wearing. So that would be super interesting.
I love that theory.
All right, so here's the poll. What will happen with Rena? The options are 0, she'll be collared, 1, she'll be killed, and 2, nothing. She'll just be Rena. She'll just carry on as Rena. Once again, to vote, you do exclamation point vote, no spaces, and then a space, and then you'll vote 0 for collared, 1 for killed, 2 for nothing.
All right, I'm voting for this one.
Okay. I'm not voting, but I think she'll be collared. I think that Egwene will, like in the books, start to punish her, and then either on her own decide not to, do the deed, or Nynaeve will stop her, or Elayne will stop her. In the books, it was Nynaeve. So that would be good, because I think Nynaeve is, like, in these later episodes, has not had a ton to do. She's just been dragged along by Elayne. So, yeah.
Do you think Egwene might figure out to, instead of trying to force the collar off, to just hit it with a small trickle of the power?
Well, that's
because when she tries to use it, it shocks her, right? It does whatever it does to her. But she's always been trying to forcibly do it. If she just saw how much she could actually do before it was too overwhelming, I don't know. Just a thought that maybe she figures out how to undo it herself, but I don't know.
That'd be very interesting.
They might.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how that happens. It's going to be.
I think Egwene's going to kill her.
Oh yeah.
Really?
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
I do. I really do. Like, I want to see it.
Let me see it. I gotta see it.
I mean, after what we've watched her go through, I want to see her do it. Yeah.
Egwene is going to fill her up with air and just.
She's going to Renna go pop.
Renna go pop. Egwene. Renna go pop. Let me fix that before I get yelled at again.
Yeah. This one's pretty. It's not. I wouldn't. Well, okay. We're going to close the poll in about a minute. Once again, it's exclamation point vote, no spaces. 0 for Renna will be collared, 1 for Renna will be killed, and 2 for nothing's going to happen to Renna.
Egwene's going to fold her like a lawn chair.
She learned a few things from Rima.
Yeah.
Oh my! I will say that whole scene with the power test, the power test, was pretty cool, and the fact that Megan is just standing in the background.
Oh my god!
Stock still, completely defeated.
Just
really
the worst.
Really, really sad.
So in the books, because it's full spoilers, does she get left behind?
Who?
She is not rescued. Megan.
Megan?
Yeah.
I don't think she is.
There is a sister that's left behind, and I remember them really regretting it and like it being really sad.
I think that was Rima.
Was it Rima?
Yeah, because it was like it was something like we'll remember her as Rima, not as her Damani name.
Oh man,
which is terrible because like Rima was such an awesome character. I would love to see her get rescued, but
in the books it was just a character that was there, and it was horrible. But now, given what they've given us on the show, now it really sucks. It sucks like tenfold.
Yeah, because we know her and she was amazing.
Yeah, and she was incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tricky. It's a tough one. But Egwene is gonna crush it. She's gonna crush it. All right, I'm closing.
It's tricky. It's
tricky. All right, we're stopping the poll, alerting you all of the
Y'all know.
So
Rima's Pura.
The winner is that Renna will be collared. I totally agree with that. The result I said for him to Agnibot told you collared won with 40 votes, killed got 11 votes, and nothing got 3 votes.
Right, 11.
Yeah.
All right, 11.
I see the trend. Listen, I see the trend.
What's the trend?
The people that agree with me are fewer in number, but they're more potent in their passion for death.
Oh, they are.
They're dark friends.
Decided that?
They're dark friends.
you can just.
Well, that makes sense.
You can sense their passion.
Sunflowers to Die called it, y'all.
Called Zeus. Zeus. I definitely noticed a little crater that was left in the ground after Egwene's explosion. She said that it looked like a stump pattern.
It did. It was like concussions expanding outward. All right, so I promised a sticker before the end of the stream, and I think now is the time to make that happen. So we are going to
sticker.
Don't forget to DM me, Joe White. By the way, we're resetting the raffle.
He gets angry.
And let's see, we've got Egwene.
She takes that on us, you guys.
Well, no, there are people who have not claimed their stickers, and I think from now, well, no, never mind. Okay, so if you haven't claimed your sticker yet,
from now on,
but no, we haven't claimed your sticker. Not DM me. But this one, since Egwene is on the screen, we're gonna do a bitches get shit done sticker. Okay, it's a pretty cool one. I like it a lot.
From the White Tower, y'all.
So we're gonna open the giveaway. If you want that one,
what just happened?
You'll do exclamation point raffle no spaces to join for the bitches get shit done sticker.
Kritter just totally ignored you, by the way.
She did. She didn't see it. I think she was doing something else.
Okay.
I was busy.
Good. Just leave it. Just leave it. Just leave it.
I threw out channeling gang signs for the White Tower.
With some maiden hand talk.
Let's call it that and stick to it. Oh God. Okay. Amazing. All right. Good. I'm happy for all of us that this is happening. Okay. Don't forget to enter the raffle for the bitches gets to shit done sticker and what else? Like we've got a few. Let's call it here in a few minutes once the raffle's over. But like, what else have we not talked about for the finale potential?
Okay.
Are we gonna see
Do you know what it's called? Oh, sorry.
Do we know?
Do we know what the
called? Is it the Horn of Valir?
The episode. Is it just the Horn of Valir?
I don't know.
I don't
Anybody
actually know. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Because that could be helpful.
That could be helpful.
It could be fun. I don't know.
Did you read the instructions? Did you try turning it on and off again?
Wheel of Time.
How about unplugging it?
Always start with on and off again.
Season 2.
Count to 10 though. Unplug. Count to 10. Plug
Yeah,
back.
count to 10. Oh fuck! It hurts my face.
And Gwen's gonna unplug Rinna, count to 10, and not plug her back in.
I'm really, really excited, like super freaking excited because they've been kind of like amping this thing up that the Horn is gonna bring back the heroes. I want to see the Heroes of the Horn ride. I want to see that, and I thought we got it when they did the behind the scenes thing.
Out of the clouds.
Well, yeah, because I mean, in the behind the scenes footage that we got about a year ago or whenever it was, they had that scene where it was people riding through the desert. And it was just in a big cloud, and I was like, "Did we just see the Heroes for the Horn?" And it turned out it was just shitty White Claws or White Cloaks or whatever white cloaks. Yeah, White Cloaks are the White Claws.
That's what you're drinking, right, Kritter?
No, yeah, the White Cloaks are the White Claws of the Wheel of Time. There you go.
Okay, no, it's people are reminding me it is. I think it's like what might or what could be or like what was meant to be.
Oh yeah,
or
meant to be something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
Weird.
What was meant to be? Yeah.
Somebody said.
Meant to
oh
be?
wait, no, I can't say that. Never mind. Continue.
To be?
What? Oh, based on. Oh, because the promo. Yeah, we're not giving up.
We're not talking about the promo.
All right.
Oh yeah, don't talk about the promo.
We don't talk about promos.
We don't talk about promos. Okay, don't forget to enter the raffle if you want a bitches gets to shit done sticker. Exclamation point raffle, no spaces. I'm gonna end it in like a minute.
Do you think we're getting Child Briar or Buyer, or is it Buyer or Briar? Buyers.
I think. Wait. Oh, rather than Dane?
Well, we're getting Dane.
I don't know that we will.
Because they showed two different people.
Yeah, the like blondie.
The
like,
super blonde hair.
When he's like riding, yeah.
Maybe that is Child Buyer. I don't know. That'd
be kind of cool. What about Tom? We're not getting Tom this season.
No, I think we'll get Tom in season 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Child Buyer.
I just watched the YouTube, and Critter's like, "Oh yeah, we got the blondie," and and I was like, "Are you talking about anybody with really white hair whose hair does this? What are you getting at?"
No, yeah, like it blows in the wind. That's what I meant. It's like a really okay, you get it.
I've got the best swords.
Honestly, the vibe.
The best swords.
All right, so I'm gonna close the giveaway and then announce the winner, and then we'll do final thoughts for the stream. Closing giveaway, picking winner. The winner is Davey Elmer. Congratulations, Davey! Right. You won the bitches get shit done sticker.
Good job. Davey's been really all up in the chat tonight. So
we appreciate you, Davey. We appreciate all of you for being here. I'm putting the winners in my notes app so I don't forget, because you guys don't always DM me, and then I have to wonder when you're going to.
You think Blondie is Jeffrey Bornhold? I think he looked too young. I mean, it could have been just covered in dirt, but I don't know. It's possible. His hair was more white though, wasn't it?
It was
very
it was
white.
It was like Targaryen blonde. Like
No, I'm talking about Jeff from Bornhold. His hair was
his
like
was
white.
white. Yeah,
with
his
like
was
brown streaks through it or something, right?
I think it was just white.
I'll have to look at him. But yeah, anyways, but yeah, I don't think it was like this guy. It was totally different hair.
Yeah. Okay, Davey, you can also DM me on Twitter if you're on Twitter. So you could do Discord or Twitter or DM me on Instagram. Like I'm all over the place. I'm everywhere.
Everywhere.
I'm everywhere.
Kritter, she's everywhere. She's everywhere.
Okay, so fun. Sam Mail has blonde hair. Interesting. Fins. Okay, good to know. Good to know.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay. Freaking hell! I'm the dark friend nail. The hell is that? I'm still
so awesome.
Let's
a little sour about that.
I was expecting Ashaman, and then she just went.
I know
he's a dark friend.
I was like, ooh, Ashaman or the the warder cloak, right? Dark
color shifting cloaks. Those are like green and brown.
I know they are, but listen, anything but dark friend.
I'm also on TikTok. Yes, although I don't know that I accept DMs for people that I don't follow. Honestly.
Not on TikTok.
Maybe not on TikTok. But I'm everywhere. So come say hey. Okay. That's it. Let's do final thoughts and then we'll sign off. Okay. Like Tavern. Why don't you go?
All right. Thinky thought time.
Thinky thoughts
time. There's no thinky thoughts this time.
Keep in mind.
Well, there was one.
Is the finale.
All right. I already put it on Twitter, so I'll throw it out in here. That the Aiel that happened to be in Falm, who are searching for the Karakharn, or he who comes with the dawn, will see Rand do his Rand thing in the coat that Lan gave him with a rising sun or a dawn on his back, and that's how they will know the signs other than the firebolts shooting from his fingertips. That will be their sign that is... Okay. That's my theory.
So do you think that Ruidion won't happen based on that theory?
No, because it's not... No, I think Ruidion still happens because they identified him, or they thought they identified him before he went to Ruidion. That's why they followed him back to the Waste. So that same field.
So this is like their first kind of hint.
Yeah.
Where they're like,
this is the possible Karakharn, right?
Okay. Winespring, final thoughts?
Wow, Dana Lou, that's rough. Sorry.
You want to share what she said?
Dana Lou said, because I said, not the dark friend, and she said, really, Tavern? The guy who created the god of death is surprised that he is the dark friend.
Yes, Dana Lou, yes.
For context, the Knights Who Say Chill is our D&D party, and we have streamed a few sessions, one of which we created the deities for the world that we are operating within, and Tavern drafted the God of Death as the deity that he kind of helped craft. So that's where we're at.
And Kritters was the god of hedonism, I believe.
Yeah.
It's
true.
The
god of magic, I think, just straight up magic.
yeah. Kritter named her god Alana.
Fair. Touche. Okay.
Touche.
Winespring, final thoughts.
Yes. Okay, so mine is just gonna be about the episode. It's a scene that we didn't discuss.
Mm-hmm.
It was what happened between Alana and her warders after Varen received the Augur map and Thomas left. And then you see Alana say that that we have our task and I don't want to separate us if there's a Forsaken in the city. And the two warders, Ivan and Maxim, look at each other. And this is a 3-way vote, and they outvoted Alana. And so there was no conversation. Ivan left. He knew we just won this vote.
Yeah.
And so we're going to do what, we decided to do. And that just shows the respect that they have with each other,
Mm-hmm.
And it's just another kind of pushback on what Leandrin had to say about Aes Sedai and warders being dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Like we see that clearly warders are not dogs at all, at least with Alana. But just to see that silent 3-way vote happen and then no conversation was, for me, just stunning. Absolutely beautiful. So that had to be brought up.
I like that a lot too, and I think too that it made you respect Alanna, at least book readers. They're looking at her in like an even more different light because she's incredibly likable in the show, and then she goes and does this. So like we know that she's ultimately, assuming things happen the same way they do in the books, she's going to bond Rand against his will, which is very out of character. But now it leaves this like residual thought in our mind, like, well, could be worse, I guess. Like, you know, like at least she's a different person. Yeah. At least she seems to really be fixated on preparing for the last battle, which we've heard in multiple conversations, and now we've seen that she really truly respects her warders. So it's going to be a really weird dynamic when she bonds them. Like,
I think it's getting close to that because where is Ivan? Ivan went after Thomas. Thomas came back with, like I said before, with Varen and Alanna and Maxim. No Ivan in tow. Where's Ivan?
Yeah, but like if he died, Alanna would have felt it.
I'm not saying he's dead.
Oh, okay.
If
we just don't know where he is.
I'm just saying we don't know where he is. Alanna would have definitely sensed that he had died.
Maybe he's gonna sneak in through the Waygate behind Lanfear and Moraine.
Maybe.
But yeah, I mean, it's a curious thing. I would love to see where he's at because the fact that she even foreshadowed it by saying, you know, we don't split up, right? Yeah. And they were like, we're doing it, and then he hasn't been seen since. Is kind of a sketch kind of thing. So yeah.
It's true.
And we got to mention Maxim looking at his reflection in the dagger.
That was so funny.
Like, so good.
My God, so invoke Dream Awakening. That would be my dream. Can they have me as a Maiden of the Spear extra? Please. I want to make a cosplay of an Aiel maiden cosplay sometime. So hopefully that will convince them that I'm worthy. Maybe that would be amazing.
I think I'm going to be Bethanis next WatCon.
Fun.
Oh, really?
No.
So you're gonna just bring a bunch of sandwiches, like in bags.
I'm gonna get a toupee with the wave.
Yeah, little curly cue.
Shave. That would be so funny if you had like a little blonde.
No, I'm not shaving again. Last time I shaved, I got so much hate from everybody.
Maybe teasing.
No, there were some people that were angry. So whatever.
Okay, fine. All right, so I saw a call for a poll about whether Alanna was going to bond him, but we really truly are wrapping up. So we can talk about that on Twitter, perhaps, or save it for the next stream because, well, assuming she doesn't do it in episode 8, we'll be able to speculate for, you know, a year and a half about what's going to happen in season 3. So, Winespring, was that it for your final thought, by the way, before we move to my final thought?
That was it. Just wanted to honor some Alanna and her warders.
That was a good call out. I'm glad that you brought it up. So for my final thought, I'll just say once again thank you to Meredith for joining us. That was so fun to get her insights, and I'm looking forward to hopefully having her back next week. Winespring and Tavern, it was a pleasure as always. Chat, you all are amazing. Don't forget to DM me if you want a sticker. By God. And I just cannot believe that the season's almost over, and I think that
one episode
this season has been an absolute delight. Like the first season, I would always be like, I loved it, but if I was recommending it to people, you know, but they had COVID, but this, but that. This season, I think I said this last stream, maybe. I have no qualms recommending this. It's been a banger. And I'm so happy and I'm so excited to see how they finish it off because I think they were really proud of it. And it seems like they think that season 3 is an even bigger step up, which is wild to me because this has been such a fun show to watch. Like, so much fun. So I'm just really happy and I'm excited and I'm nervous and I'm not I won't know anything before Thursday. And so I just hope that like it is just the coolest, most amazing episode of television that I've ever seen.
I hope it goes long.
Yes. I hope so too.
I hope they give us at least an extra 10, 15 minutes. That'd be amazing.
We'll see. They've proven that they can cover a lot of ground in a short time.
Yeah,
so I'm not gonna. We'll just wait and see and be excited. So good night, everyone. Thank you all for joining, and we'll see you next week, Monday. Okay, bye, guys.
You guys.